Make deals behind closed doors, promises broken. In their income source, hidden agendas run the grand parade. In the circus, choose a masquerade. Believe me, I wouldn't lie. I've been given money, power, and fame to keep you in line. Television screens, bright and loud, sell you dreams, make you proud. Pop the bubble, see the cage you're in. Start the revolution, let the truth begin. Wake up, they're feeding lies. Control the media's got you hypnotized. Trust authority, they'll take your soul. Break the chains, find your own control.
Hello, welcome to the Chaos Livestream with Kat, Damon and Toyak. If you like insanity, you're going to love this.
Hello, I am here.
No.
I have made it. We're still waiting for Teriak. He's getting coffee, but he's going to be here soon. And I forgot to get water. So let me text that. Bring water, please. Oh, okay. So that's good. Today we're going to be talking about the rise of the poly. Oh, great! His phone is here.
Did you just check? Did you just text Steven to bring you water?
Yes. What?
Oh my God!
What? That's what I went to do, and then I forgot, and now I'm here, and it's like
I don't know whether to feel sorry for your husband or pissed off.
But he can't bring me water? A bottle of water?
You literally said, I'm going to disappear to get some water, and you come back without water, and you just message me.
Yeah. Well, you know, things are what they are. Oh, okay. So I need to do a disclaimer before we start the stream because this is a mean stream. Like, this is not nice. We're not being nice. This is a stream to, like, you know, make fun of and joke around. And we're also going to talk about, like, serious stuff too, like our ideas. But for the most part, if you're easily triggered, if you cannot handle being made fun of, if you're, like, in this lifestyle, this is not for you. Like, you can go ahead and make a stream making fun of us.
You are making fun of people who, let's be fair, don't deserve to live.
Oh my God. Okay, stop. You're not supposed to say stuff like that.
What? I'm not advocating that they should be I don't know, euthanized or anything. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
What? Oh my God. How are we going to make fun of these people when you get upset with the first thing that comes out of my mouth?
Okay, but you don't call for violence. You just say, look.
For violence. I'm just saying they shouldn't have been.
I'm just saying I think that they need help. That's like the overarching thing. And yes, it's going to be funny and blah, blah, blah. So we'll wait for Teriak to see the TikToks that I have because I would like him to partake in the trauma. All right. Obviously. Oh my gosh. Did I pick the wrong one? Yes, I did.
Oh yeah, believe in yourself. Kat didn't feed any of her fish, so they all died. That's why there's no aquarium anymore.
Okay, so what happened in reality was that we are renovating this room. So he's ripping out the lower half of all the walls and like checking for mold and stuff and then putting the drywall back on. Also, I made him an entire playlist while he removes and replaces drywall, encouraging him to do a good job. And it's called Hardworking Man. I have a playlist on my Discord. I highly recommend everyone go into the Discord and check out Hardworking Man. It is maybe 12 or 13 songs in the series about like working really hard and like, you know, life sucks. And it's just hilarious comedy for, you know, doing housework. Anyways, so let's talk about polyamorous stuff. So what is poly? It means like many marriages. I think it's polygamy means many marriages, and monogamy means one marriage, and polyamory means many relationships, I guess. So
But
it's
let's just be clear, with these people, it isn't men marrying lots of women. It's men allowing their women to be fucked by many other men.
okay, whoa. Let's be nicer. It is people who have commitment problems and they're having power struggles in their relationship trying to make it work. That's what I think it is.
I don't give them that much credit.
Okay.
I think it's a lot sadder than that.
Well, I mean, we'll see when we get to the examples, but I found
No, but Kat,
what?
tell me if you think I'm wrong.
Okay.
If you're in a relationship where there is a power struggle
Mhm.
and you're trying to do anything to make it work, when it comes to the point where you even consider or where a man's wife even asks, I think it would help if I let other men put their penis in me. You end that relationship, you kill it dead. That woman is beyond saving. You just get her the hell out of your house and you just find a new girl who isn't a whore.
Yes, but I think a lot of the power struggle comes in because these guys feel like they can't find anybody else. So they'll be
Yes,
like,
it's better
"Oh,
to
this
be single than to be in a relationship with a woman who takes it from anybody. It's better to be single.
okay." I actually found something on one of the poly
No.
whatever
Okay,
Reddits. Okay.
let's ask people in the chat. I would
Okay.
respect a guy more for being single and leaving a whore than being with a woman who's taking it from anybody. I would respect a single guy who can't find a girl more than I would respect a cuck
Why?
because he's not a cuck.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk about some examples where that does not work that I know personally. So we'll get into that. But this is what I found on Reddit from somebody talking about what they consider poly. And I guess this had a lot of upvotes. So we'll just go with this because I'm not into that. So poly is an polygamy is an outdated relationship form that is typically fundamentally patriarchal and sexist. It does not usually protect women's individual rights properly. It does not have a place in modern society. The alternative to monogamy that makes some kind of sense is called polyamory, which is different from polygamy. It may not be reflected of the majority of advocates of polyamory, but I see it as mostly the absence of a constraint. It is the same as monogamy minus the constraint of sexual or romantic exclusivity. It means that two romantic partners define the relationship.
No, wait, I'm
What?
sorry. I can't
What?
listen to how retarded that is. It's the same as monogamy, apart from you get fucked by anyone you like.
Hey, what's up? So, I mean, yeah,
What do
but
you mean?
look,
I mean, yeah. The one thing about monogamy is the fact that you're faithful to one person. Oh, it's the same as this thing of where you're faithful to one person, except for you're not faithful and there's no constraints, and you can give or take as much dick as you can with anybody.
oh no, it gets better. It gets better. So then she goes, it means that two romantic partners define the relationship in terms of what they will do with each other rather than in terms of what they won't do with other people. And from that perspective, it's not so much an
Oh my God.
alternative. Wait, let me finish. An alternative as a more of the same, just with added flexibility. And if people choose that, they don't really view it as an blah, 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 some prattle.
No, this is just whore justification. This is just whore
No,
justification,
no,
and
no.
that's
Yes,
all.
it is. I agree with this part. And the last part is it's basically people who decide to create and raise children and share the financial burden with each other, but they still want to bang other people. Let's be
This
honest.
sounds like something that was written for. uh, This sounds like something that was written for Kamala Harris to read. Only a Democrat woman could try to say this shit with a straight face. Like, we're going to define a relationship not not by what we won't do for each other, but no, not by what we won't do with other people, but what we will do for each other. That is the dumbest thing ever. That is the dumbest thing ever. It's almost like that what you're doing is disgusting. This wasn't written by men to try and get away with having polygamous relationships with women. This was
Men don't
clearly
talk like
written by
this.
a woman. This was clearly written by a woman, because
Yeah.
it's almost like she knows what she's doing is disgusting and whorish. So she wants to try and justify it to the guy. And the way she's going to justify it is by saying, let me put a focus on all the shit that I'm going to do for you. So
Well,
it's
of
like, oh,
course, if
I'm
you're
going
gonna
to cook and I'm
persuade
going to clean and
someone,
I'm going to make you loads of sandwiches, but I'm not going to say that I'm going to just be taking dick from everybody.
wow, yeah,
This is so fucking ridiculous. This would only work. This would only work on complete fucking losers.
we'll get to that. Okay, you have a question.
What? Who has a question?
You have a question. Look on the screen. Can you see her now?
Ah, Damon. So do you think sorry, this is so tiny to read. Hang on, let me open up the chat.
I can read it for you. I can read it for you.
Go for it.
Because I know you're old and your eyes. Do you think the intrinsic sense of disgust we get from a woman who sleeps with a bunch of dudes comes from the patriarchy?
No, I think it comes from just basic decency. If any woman thinks that it isn't basic decency, because I know that they usually like to blame this shit on patriarchy.
Oh, fuck.
Anytime,
Yeah,
like,
sure,
oh,
get
you're
me.
taking away my right. You're taking away my rights. No, you don't have a right to cheat when you're in a relationship. Okay, so the same way you don't have a right to murder a baby, it's the same way you don't have a right to what?
I mean, they think they do, but moving on.
Well, yeah, but because they're fucking retarded. But like,
Can we say that on the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're retarded, you're just calling a spade a spade.
I don't
Yeah,
think you're allowed to.
I said it two episodes ago. Like, women are kind of retarded.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I don't think
Anyways.
it's the patriarchy. Like, if the patriarchy weren't the people who put into place exclusive relationships, monogamous relationships, that's just what makes a decent society. You have you have a monogamous relationship, you're going to have a father who's going to be there to raise a kid. So I think that's just basic decency. So yeah, like high body counts, stuff like that, people having issues with women with high body counts, I guess there's an argument that you could make that that's somehow from the patriarchy. For me, it's just I don't want a used up whore. Sorry. Like, if that's the patriarchy, then I'll gladly take that accusation and say, okay, fine, that's the patriarchal side of me.
Yes,
But let
but
me let me play devil's advocate, because like a lot of people say, it's like, yeah, you're mahoganysts, you know.
Mahoganysts? Or mahogany?
Yeah, mahogany.
Nice.
So like they'll say, like the Michelle Knowles of the world will say, but Damon, we gotta save these women. We gotta save these hoes.
Yeah, I'm not a charity. I'm not a charity. I really don't see the point in it. It's like, why? Why would you stick your dick in a festival toilet when you can just have something that's not been used before?
Or at least that was cleaned between the
or at least it was, yeah. Like, honestly, I was just like, why? Why would you do that? Like, why would you be with somebody who's like, I've learned, I'm wise, I want to be faithful. Oh, really? How did you learn that lesson? Oh, you got ran through by fucking everyone. And now you're just deciding that you want to settle. Like, nah, sorry.
Well, Damon, what about God and saving their souls?
Yeah, I don't,
Isn't that their
let God save
responsibility?
them. Let God save them. It's not my job. Let God save them. I'm not a superhero. Captain Save-All, like.
Doesn't it say that you can't save other people in the Bible, and don't complain about other people, that it's their job or something like that? I mean, exactly. I don't remember.
Smoking space.
I don't know. Michelle Knowles talks a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? He's based this whole thing of like, oh, you got to give Nala a chance, all this shit. I was like, the bitch had sex on camera. She's now like going to try have kids or some shit like that. It's like you can't put kids through that as a woman. Like this is the
I
shit
mean, they
like
will.
the
They
alcoholic
physically
father.
can.
No,
Well, no, like
yeah,
the thing that
yeah.
bothers me is like
You
people say,
can technically jump out a fucking window, cap, but it's not advised. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like to
Mhm.
put a kid through that is like the most retarded shit. Like it's not even retarded. It's like so selfish and self-centered. It's like you're not thinking about the kid. The fact that like the yo mama jokes are gonna hit extra hard, and it's gonna like like the kid's gonna need to be on like fucking on a watch. You know what I'm saying? Like because he probably might end up jumping out a fucking window. Because like realistically, you know what I mean? Like we're in the age of like technology now, the internet is forever, you know what I'm saying? So it's like all this shit gets leaked, all this all like all the camera shit and all like all the shit they do on camera and all that kind of shit. It's like it's one thing like for like back in the day, let's say the 20s, that your mom was actually secretly a hoe but you didn't actually know, you know what I'm saying? But like
Mhm.
nowadays in like 2020, it's like they got fucking video evidence, you know what I'm saying? So it's like to put kids through that is like demonic, you know what I mean?
it is, yeah, definitely, and especially because like well, most kids will get like a thick skin and they'll toughen up because they learn like I'm not gonna let bullshit bother me. If somebody bullies you and they're talking shit, you take it on the chin, you let it just roll off your shoulder, whatever, right? And it doesn't bother you. If somebody's like, your mother's a whore, your mother's a whore, you just say, okay, fine, whatever, whatever the fuck. But if your mother really is a whore, that's kind of different. You can't let it just roll off your back when it turns out that like, yeah, she is. Like
Mm-hmm.
all these fucking women, when their kids are in school, it's gonna be harsh. It's gonna be harsh. And it's gonna be fucked up. And God knows how fucked up it's gonna get. Because like, she's thinking, oh shit, yeah, oh, what if my kid gets bullied? And she's like, well, I'll homeschool him. Okay, fine. What if you homeschool your kid and you walk in and your kid's jacking off to your video? That's gonna
Ah,
fuck both
yikes.
mother and kid up.
Okay. That's
No,
Mm-hmm.
but
nice.
hey,
I
look,
know,
I'm
I know, I
sorry.
know, I know. I
She's
don't
a
think
hoe.
that
What
would
goes
happen.
around
I
comes
think.
around. You don't
Okay.
know what's gonna happen. You don't know.
You have a question, Damon.
Thank you, Damon. I asked because some couples are in poly relationships where the man can cheat but the woman can't, and guys thinks it's cool to do that. What says to that? Yeah, like I just said, what goes around comes around. I've seen these relationships where the guy thinks that he's like the biggest swinging dick in the changing room. He's like, oh, I've got everything. I've got 3 women, and I can like fuck all 3 women. And then he comes home one day and he finds that his girl's taking it from some other dude. What made
Mm-hmm.
you think that they were going to be faithful to you? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you've got to be the dumbest egotistical prick if you think that you're going to have that kind of relationship where it all goes in your favor. They've got to like 3 or 4 different women all have to be faithful to you, but you get to do whatever the hell you want. No,
But Damon,
no, life
Habibi,
isn't like that.
Islam says I can have 4 wives.
Yeah. That's why Islamic women cheat so fucking much. I know loads of Islamic women that take dick from everybody. Why? Because unfortunately, it's modern day. They see women who have lives so much better than them. Or women who don't get treated like shit, who don't get disrespected, who aren't like, you've got to walk behind me as we walk down the street, who don't have to take shit with their men looking at loads of other women and groping women in public. It doesn't work anymore. When you see that the grass is so much greener on the other side, unfortunately, these women get tempted. They should be like, why should I be wiping up and doing everything after this motherfucker when he treats me with zero respect?
And you know
Mm-hmm.
the
And then they
number
cheat
one reason that women cheat?
because they lose respect for their men.
No, the number one reason is revenge. Men will cheat, but then say they
Oh
want to
yeah,
stay, and women will like go along
but
with it. In
you want
marriage, I'm only talking about
revenge.
marriage.
You want revenge on your man when you no longer respect him. That's
Oh
the
yeah.
thing. You got to behave in a respectful way. And nowadays, like, unfortunately, we see people taking bad advice and they think certain things, they get it confused. They think, oh, I'm doing everything I'm doing to like be successful, to be a good man, to be a happy man, to lead a good life and all this shit. And they usually avoid the behavior that they think. Look, when you hear people say, oh, you're simping, you're simping, you're simping. Yes, there's a lot of people who simp out there, but there's certain things where I see people calling out simping and it's not simping. Being respectful isn't being simping. Being respectful towards a girl that isn't wife material, to a girl who nobody should go near, who's full of red flags. Yes, that's
Mhm.
simping. But if you see a girl that's a good pick, that's a good girl, and you want to make an effort there, and you're being respectful, you're being decent, people, oh, you're simping, you're simping. No, no, no. That's you picking a good woman who deserves to be wifed up. And if somebody's going to call you a simp for that, fine. Just take it on the chin, simp for her, put a ring on that finger. When you get her, you can tell the other guy to just go get fucked.
Yeah, they call my husband a simp when he gets me like Valentine's Day flowers and stupid
Oh,
stuff like
yeah, I
that.
know, but we need to get him a better woman. But
Wow. All right. I want to talk about polyviolence. All right. So, what? What do you mean? Yeah. So, the statistics basically show that whenever non-biological male and female come into a home where there's children, like I really don't care if you don't have any kids and you're doing some freak shit, that's on you. But when you have kids, that's when I care. So once you invite someone who's not a biological relative to that child into the home to do your freak shit, that's when violence goes up for the children. And that's all I care about. And this I have seen also. It makes an unstable living environment for the children because people who like to have multiple plates spinning in the same home, these people are usually unstable themselves. And they're very selfish because they care more about what they want than what's best for the children. And what's best for the children is nobody who's not a biological relative in the home. And I say that the same for like single moms. When you have kids, you shouldn't have anyone who's not a biological relative in the home. And, you know, things happen, but you can go move in with your parents. You can go move in with a relative. You do not have to move in with somebody who's not like a biological relative to the
the
children.
single mom thing, I'm kind of like, I'm not sure if I agree with that 100%. But only because the reason I'd normally agree and say, yeah, okay, maybe in those situations, yeah, a single mom shouldn't have anyone over who isn't related to the child, is because it's implied that there's this kind of idea that if she's a single mom, it's because she made shitty choices and then she needs to be careful like about bringing other people in. But like if it's that the father passed away or something like that, she could be a totally reasonable woman who knows how to make good decisions. And she's probably met another guy who's a stable guy who's willing to take on the kid as well. And in those situations, fair enough. But if your life is just full of poor fucking choices, then yeah, I wouldn't recommend that.
I mean, widows, yes, but that's the exception. I think most of them are just because they want something different or better or they're mad.
Yeah, yeah. If it's like a lifetime of poor decisions, then yeah.
Did you hear like the Pamela Anderson story about how she got into a fight with Tommy Lee, and then apparently he took her and he shook her a little bit, but she said it was like abuse, and people assumed it was like hitting or some sort of actual violence, and he went to jail for like 6 months, and the relationship was over, of course, and she regretted it her whole life. She had 5 other husbands or something, and like that was the one that she should, you know, she says she shouldn't have like messed up. But I mean,
Yeah, but he did other shitty things. Let's not kind of beat around the bush there.
what did he do? I mean, I didn't see the show.
Oh God, I didn't watch it in the show, but I just remember following that train wreck of a relationship back in the 90s. Yeah, they just drugs, cheating around on her, filming her without her consent, like leaking the video or whatever. No, he didn't leak it. I think he showed some people, but later on it got stolen and it went public. But just like he was just fucking a whole load of groupies while he was with her.
Yeah, but remember, she
I
had a
think he gave
boyfriend.
her
What?
he gave her some pretty nasty STD. I'm not sure what it was. I don't know if it was HEP or if it was it HIV? I remember thinking it was something really fucked up.
I have no idea. But I mean, she was also dating someone. She had a boyfriend. She went to do a photo shoot. Tommy found her there, and in 4 days, she was married to him. So this is not someone who makes informed decisions.
Oh no, yeah, she was ridiculously stupid, but at least she's pretty.
Oh my God.
Well, she was. I'm sorry, she was. But like, this is the thing. Nobody wants to. When you have somebody like that who's like world famous, nobody wants to be with her because they want to put a ring on the finger and marry her and take her home to meet mom and dad. It's just like it's this thing of like you want to play with her because she's pretty. Like the moment you bang her, that's it. You're not interested anymore. So this is the problem with women who kind of make themselves so readily available.
Yeah, she had 2 kids with Tommy, I think. But anyways, so like the other thing is I really don't like using celebrities as examples because as we found out, most of their relationships are fake lies. Most of them are just
We'll go through this.
depraved.
Yeah, like Ryan Reynolds is gay.
Oh
Like, I know he
yeah,
has
I'm
kids,
sure.
but he is gay.
Yeah, a lot of people are with, and they have kids, and they have the fake wife and all that stuff, and so like when you think of celebrities, I'm just like, are these people real? No, probably not. Probably all fake. Their whole job is lying.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Damon, you were saying?
No, I was just saying, like, can Kat go back into explaining this polyviolence thing? That thing just confused me. Like, wait, because you mentioned children, and you said like it's violence to children. What exactly is polyviolence, and why is it called polyviolence?
It's just abuse in poly communities. Okay, so when you're in a poly relationship, there's also, forget the kids. Anytime you have a non-biological adult in the home with children, you increase the likelihood of all types of abuse, period. End of story.
Oh, okay.
So you have that, which you have the same with the single parent, right? But now you have like multiple people. So if it's not like one extra dude or extra chick, now it could be like 5. The sky's the limit, right? So there's that component. There's also the fact that jealousy is a normal human reaction. And what happens, the most violent things that we do as humans stem from jealousy. We have a biological response to protect our mating rights to our mate, to protect the possible offspring DNA with our mate, all of these things. These are normal human things. And these people are pretending to be so enlightened that they can turn off a human function, or that like maybe they're with someone, they don't care about the other person, but maybe that person cares about them. So the person who doesn't care would have the upper hand in the relationship. So they can make demands like, I'm going to sleep with multiple people. You're going to let me. You're not going to care. Blah, 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 blah. But the person who doesn't have as much power, they will feel jealous and might go along with it thinking they can't get out of it, they can't find anybody better, or they have kids, they don't want to break up the family, that's the one that comes up a lot with people that I've met, is they wait until they have kids. There's a house involved. There's, multiple properties, cars, whatever. There's a whole life built. And then the woman lays it on the line. Like, okay, now that you are basically stuck like Chuck, you can't leave. It'll be financially devastating for you to leave. Now I'm going to say, if you want to stay, these are my demands. So you have that. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's not easy to leave because when you leave.
It is. She's a whore, so you leave. No, you do. Like, if you don't have the dignity to say, I'm gonna leave this bit, are you saying like if it's her house, her cars, her everything? Is that what you're saying?
No, like they bought everything together.
They bought
You eating
everything
a
together.
burrito?
Okay. You can I would, if that's the case, if we built this life together and she decides to do that, she's the one who's willing to drive the relationship off the rails. So you kick her the fuck out. You throw her out and you throw her shit out. And if she wants to get back in the house, she can call the police and she can explain to the police and everyone else why she got kicked out. Because she's a hoe. That's what you do. You
That's
embarrass
not what,
her.
okay, yes. In an ideal world where the law is on
No, in any
your
world.
side.
In any world, even if the law isn't on your side, you take that stand. You let her fight you on it. If she
Yeah,
wants to
but
be
they
like, I want to
usually
do this,
let them
you
win.
do
That
that.
is the problem. And
No, you
all a
don't.
woman has to do.
This is because we've had for the past 15 years at least the pussification of men. You do that.
Mhm.
If you want to act like a bitch, you can sleep in the fucking doghouse outside. You're not sleeping in this fucking house anymore because you're a whore. Okay? If you're willing to be a wife, if you're willing to be faithful, you can sleep in this bed. If now you're saying that you want to do all this shit, you get the fuck out. And all of your shit is going out as well. And if the kids want to scream and cry and ask why mom's being thrown out, you can explain to the kids that their mother is a whore. Okay? That's what they need to learn. You don't behave like this anymore. Because if she wants to stay in the house or if there's going to be ongoing fighting, they're going to want to know why. Kids need to know if a relationship is a broken relationship, why it's broken. Okay? You
No, they
need to
don't.
clue kids into that shit. No.
Mm-mm.
They need to know why so that they're not going to
No,
go
they
into the
don't.
same. Yes, they do. This
No, they
bullshit of
don't.
protecting the kid. Kids know a lot more than parents give them credit for.
No.
Yes, they
No,
do. And
no.
parents faking a healthy relationship is damaging to kids.
I don't care if you fake a healthy relationship, but you should not tell your kids details of your personal life. That is called parentification. That is when the parent unloads grown-up problems on children.
No. I'm not saying that you need to burden your kids and make the kids take
You shouldn't
sides.
tell them anything.
But they need to know why mom isn't at home anymore.
No, they don't need to know the details. You make something up that is not as traumatizing. Saying mama's a whore is going to make the daughter a whore, the son
that you
a
should lie
whore.
to your kids then?
Fuck yeah, I would lie.
No.
Are you kidding?
The truth will set you free, Kat. The truth will set you
No,
free.
the truth is not for children. No, absolutely not.
Mhm. Mhm.
As someone who went through a divorce, I heard things that I was better off never knowing about. It is abusive to tell your kid anything, to put your kid in the middle, to tell them so and so is this and so did that and whatever. You cannot get these things out of your head, right? As
Look,
a child.
your kids are going to be damaged regardless. The relationship between mother and father is over. So the kids are going to be damaged regardless. So instead of letting them go out into the world, and when it comes time for them to be dating and looking for a partner, and then having a relationship and not knowing how to build a healthy relationship, you need to let them know what went wrong. Why is this wrong? What not to stand for, what not to tolerate in the future.
Okay. All right.
You don't need to go into complete fucking detail if you're worried that it's going to hurt them, but you need to let them know. Mommy made a mistake.
You don't know, but that's that. Okay, remember, children recreate their home life. So whatever they find out their parents did, they subconsciously recreate it when they become an adult. So you have to say, they, I don't know, make up some crazy thing that doesn't make them seem like a horrible person and that can justify the break. They just say, like, look, we just realized we're just really best friends. When we got together, we were best friends. We didn't feel romantic. We just wanted to have kids. And we finally found people that we feel romantic about. And we've decided, I don't know. None of it is a good solution. It's just better than saying, well, your mom's a whore and she banged this dude from work.
Okay, look, shout out to Vegas woman. Never lied to the kids. She never lies to her kids. And she would say that mom wants to date other men and that's not okay. Exactly. Exactly. You're not calling her a whore, but when they grow up, they'll realize that mum's a whore. But
Because
you just tell them.
like you're not thinking about like modern day one as well. Like a lot of these women like will like they'll lie, but they'll be like, yeah, your father was like a piece of shit asshole and all this stuff, and like literally like she broke up the relationship just because she wanted to bang on the dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you know
but
what I mean?
but the women lie all the time, and the guys lie, and they put the
Yeah.
kids in the middle.
So like to say to a guy, oh, you have to make something up and make the woman look good if she broke up the relationship through infidelity or whatever the fuck. It's like it
You-
doesn't really make a lot of sense in terms of that lie.
But
You know
you
what I
can
mean?
get your like validation from your friends when you tell them the truth. You shouldn't tell kids.
Ah, there's bitches here. Crowder's wife claimed that Crowder was being financially abusive when he was paying the bitch 25 grand a month. That's 300 grand a year.
I love this. I love this. I love this
25,000
language.
a month?
This language.
25 grand a month.
Really?
Financially.
Yes,
abusive.
and that was
Still
financial
single?
abuse.
Financially
Yeah, Crowder's
abusive.
single.
Damn, let's go.
Telling you. I think it's what like they make like 90 million a year or some shit like that. So
Holy balls.
I love this. I love this progressive fucking speech.
What?
financial
Financially
abuse,
abusive.
emotional abuse,
You're being
all this shit.
financially
Like,
abusive. What does that mean? You're not giving me some of your money. Well,
yeah,
fuck you. I'll
Yeah.
because
continue
it's my
to
money.
abuse you.
Oh my gosh, should we tell
forever.
Steven
Financially
that he needs to give me more
abusive.
money or it's financial abuse?
If this shit doesn't get straightened out, you're gonna be 30 years down the line, the police are gonna be called on you, and you're gonna wonder what's happened. Like, oh, you passed by a tramp earlier on and you didn't give him any money, and he phoned us up to mention that you were financially abusive because you didn't give him any change. So what the fuck is this? What the hell is going on with this shit?
But just like, imagine that, like
Financially
you
abusive.
out of the kindness of your
Financially
heart,
abusive.
you just said,
The new term brought to you by the people who think it's healthcare to murder an unborn child. Like, what
yeah,
the fuck? Honestly,
nah,
these
man,
people.
like fuck that shit. Like the same people who are saying it's okay to kill children in the womb are also telling you that men can be women. It makes no
Yeah.
fucking sense.
Okay.
Or that not getting money is abuse. Not getting money
Yeah.
that they want is abuse. That's abusive.
Imagine every Friday, right? You give this homeless dude like, you know, £50 or some shit like that, right? And then like 1 week you don't have the money on you, you're walking by, he comes up to you, hey, you gave me £50 every week. I'm already expected for that standard of living, so you're financially abusing me and I'm taking you to court. I'd be like, what the fucker? How can you afford a fucking lawyer? You know what I'm saying? Like we're getting to crazy times, folks. This is issue craziness. Like, and like when you were talking about the pussification of men, it's like to some degree, yeah, there's that, but then there's also like these systems that are put in place that like protect the woman at all costs at the detriment to the man. You know what I mean? Because I was even looking this up for the feminism debate where Theodore Roosevelt brought in whipping posts because if a dude was beating his wife and they locked him up, then she would lose. There'd be no more money coming into the house. Would starve, all this kind of shit. They're like, right, we're just gonna like whip them publicly, like basically kind of like publicly shame them, and then like, you know, hit them back twice as hard. But then the woman will still have access to the money and all that kind of shit. But like now we've gone like so far over to the other side where it's like we're enabling all this bad behavior from women with no consequences whatsoever. Like even like these OnlyFans chicks and all this kind of shit. It's like we're coddling them, even though their kids are going to be the ones that suffer from this shit. And then we're expecting that the man's just supposed to be like okay with this. Like the man can't have an opinion on this. He can't feel any certain type of way about this shit. And then like when you hear all these stories online of like these men where basically like they get like fucking like taken away from their children, and then the mother is in the ear saying, oh, he was an alcoholic, he was a piece of shit or whatever. When like no, he was basically burnt out because he was working 2 jobs just to try and support the family.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I wrote a song about that.
Yeah, Kat, nobody wants to hear. Okay, so the thing that I really like about what Tarek just said there is something that's typical to liberalism and progressivism. And the whole reason why it slips this far down the fucking slope is because they always package it in this compassionate way, like, we want to protect. We want to protect. That's dangerous. This is problematic. We need to protect this. We need to protect that. Like, and every policy or every rule that comes out, every kind of new legislation, yeah, like, what is it that they're trying to actually protect? And if you look, it's exactly what Teriak said there. They want to protect people from consequences, but in particular, they want to protect people from the consequences of their own shitty actions. That's the sad thing. If you look at every rule that's come out, it's always about protecting people from their own shitty actions. Okay? This is why they, even if you were to legislate, even if you were to allow, without any kind of restrictions, abortion, if you were going to say, we're going to pass a law, I guarantee you, I could find some blue and pink haired freak with a pig nose ring and face tattoos, and I could say to her, okay, how would you like me to say right now, if I had the power, that I'm going to allow abortions with zero restrictions up until literally the moment it's popping out of your cunt? I'm going to let you kill that child if you want. Okay? And we'll allow it everywhere across the board, but only under one condition. Like, there's one condition there, but it's not a restriction. You'll have full access to it. It'll even be free. Okay? But that one condition is that we're going to call it baby murder. We're going to call it state-sanctioned baby murder. They won't take that deal. Why? Because they want to look virtuous doing the disgusting shit that they do. This is why they don't even want to call it an abortion. They don't even want to call it a termination. They want to call it reproductive health care, reproductive rights, to make it sound nice. They always want to be the hero in their own fucking story, even when they're the villain.
Excuse me.
You're excused. Damon, a huge part of this is you said excuse me, I excuse you. So Damon, a huge part of this as well is like this whole kind of aspect where it's like, oh no, like, you know, the whole consequence thing where it's like, oh, I'm pregnant now. It's like I deserve the right to be able to murder my child. Well, it's like Pearl Davis does a great job of this. Like, you had so many fucking choices before this shit. You could have demanded that the man wears a condom. Because if a man tries to enter you and you have that prerequisite of the condom thing, that's grape. That classifies as grape. You know what I'm saying? There's the you could have been on the pill. You could have got the copper shit that they do. Could have got the tubes tied. Could have got the morning after pill. Could have got the Plan B pill. Like, there's so many fucking different options out there to the point where it's like they're now saying it's like, oh yeah, like I should be able to. What's the fuck? Sam Cedars there saying, yeah, 8-month abortion is that's perfectly fine. Like, the fuck are we got? We're like, what the fuck are we talking about here? You know what I mean? Like, an 8-month kid in the womb is a kid. Like, there's like fuck all development left in the last month in the womb, and they're trying to act like, no, it's not enough to be pro-choice anymore. We have to be pro-abortion. Fuck that shit. You're killing a kid. The end of.
Yeah. And Vegas Woman said reproductive means to produce, not murder. Yeah, but these are the people who like to use doublespeak. These are the people who literally mainline that doublespeak and doublethink shit all the time. This is why everything they do is flipped. The language is flipped. They love rewriting language. They took Orwell's ideas and they just fucking ran with it. This is why a place that murders 1 million black babies a year calls itself Planned Parenthood, when none of those fucking idiots want to be parents. They didn't plan for parenthood. So there you go. You're living in an upside down world. Backwards language.
Okay, so I wrote some songs.
Well, AI wrote songs.
Hey, excuse you.
just
I
click the
write
button.
the lyrics. Okay, I'm a lyricist.
Do you though?
Yes, I do.
Do you?
Do you? Yes, I do. Anyways, it is the most.
She wrote the title to the song, basically. That's what she's saying.
No, dude. I write the songs. I write the songs that make the world a better place. I am writing the soundtrack for a new generation to,
Teriak, do you want to listen to this song?
Well, Lauren in my chat brings up a good point about the
God.
abortion thing, where he says most women who have them from some have told me they think about it every day and wish they hadn't. Like that's a huge aspect to it as well, where they have like a lot of regret. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get it out of the way so then Kat can be like, I played my song and ate and Brie on stream. I done my job.
Jesus Christ.
All right, good. God.
Okay. There's options for you because I've been
Oh,
a busy
fuck's sake.
girl. I've written what is it? How many songs is it? Like 13 songs. So, okay.
What?
A lot of them what?
You wrote 13 songs.
Yes, I wrote 13 songs because Steven is working.
Chat GPT.
Shut up,
Yeah.
yours. So he's working on the drywall and doing like a whole bunch of like labor. So like I wrote songs to encourage him while he's doing like hard labor. So
Were they slave songs?
yes. yes.
Master got me working.
So here are the options. It's like I'm gonna tell you my top ones that I think are the best. Working all day. I'm too hot for this, Lord. Suburban life sucks. Maybe I'll become a drug
Master got
lord.
me doing this drywall.
Okay. Let's see.
Pick some cotton, build a wall.
How about my booty could be a cash machine?
That doesn't sound like a slave song.
Well,
Don't
Depends if
say
Mass is
because
gay.
it's a black word for bum.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Okay.
going to be racist.
What?
yeah, Kat. Fucking racist.
Wow, you guys are so disrespectful. I'm here like writing songs. Yeah. Let's do that one because I didn't make the music video for this one actually. So this is a brand new release for my new album. The new album is called Hardworking Man. And it is actually, let me put the link so everybody can, forcibly listen to this. So you're going to want to put this playlist on while you're doing laborious chores in your house if you're a dude. If you're not a dude, it doesn't really make sense, but you could still appreciate it for what it is, which is like a lyrical masterpiece.
I feel so bad for Steve right now. He got shipped over from Africa just to listen to you writing him these songs.
The man
about?
deserves the saintship.
Anyways, so this is a beautiful song that I wrote for my hoe called My Booty Could Be a Cash Machine. And the backstory is that when he was very young, a whole bunch of gay, wealthy dudes would hit on him. And I'd say, hey, for a couple bucks, you could just send him some photos. And he was like, no, because I'm a moral person, blah, blah, blah. And now he has to work hard for a living. Unlike,
I thought you were going to say that after they fucked him, they put money in his ass. And he had to go home with all this loose change in his butthole.
Turned to his ass
And
as
then
a piggy bank.
when he got home, it came out like a cash machine.
good Lord, no. But anyways, here's a very cute song. You guys can also listen to these songs or play them like in the 80s when people would get like boom boxes and put it over your head, carry the big ass, get the biggest freaking old boom box you can and carry it over your head whenever a man is working and play this song. Like if you see roofers in your neighborhood, get a boom box and just stand there and play this song. It's just gonna really, help them feel seen. You know what I mean? Okay.
I'm up at 5 with the drywall to mend, putting in hours, my back's gonna bend. Stuck in traffic, wishing for a different scene, thinking about my butt, could it be my cash machine? could have been in Bora Bora if I were a whore out with a drink in my hand. Instead of here where life's just sand, or Vegas, baby, where the lights never die. But here I sit in my truck, ready to cry. Oh, this golden butt pig dream, it makes me wanna sob. A way to fill my wallet, but my morals are the roadblock. I could have been a millionaire just by selling my rear view. But here I am with my integrity feeling quite blue. I could have been in Amsterdam smoking the green, instead of here where my dreams are lean. Or maybe Santorini with views to die for, but I'm here with my drywall and my coal. They say it's easy money, just shake what you got. But my pride, it's not for sale, it's not my lie. I could have seen the pyramids or the Great Wall, but my soul's got bigger balls not to fall. Oh, this golden butt pig dream, it makes me wanna sob. A way to fill my wallet, but my morals are the roadblock. I could have been a millionaire just by selling my rear view. But here I am with my integrity feeling quite blue. Lord, you gotta be joking. Tell me there's more than this life of traffic jams and drywall door. I'm praying for a heaven where I can finally rest and not be haunted by the OnlyFans temptress. So for the grind, the traffic, the wall, my morals stand tall, they won't fall. The easy cash dream might sound like a jest, but for heaven's sake, I'll keep my cheeks at rest. I'm praying for a heaven where I can finally rest and not be haunted by the OnlyFans temptress.
Right, we got past it. We got past it, folks. But actually, that whole kind of OnlyFans thing. You see about that bitch that's like trying to claim that she's a virgin now and all this shit, even though she's had like fucking sex on camera.
She is very cute.
Who?
Shut the fuck up, right?
That's why she makes the money.
Right? She made like 43 million or some shit like that, or like maybe a bit more.
5 from just one dude.
Yeah. So here, that's basically what I want to bring up, right? It was like almost one dude gave her almost $5 million, right? This is how much of a retard this cunt is, right? If you're to go back and look at like the markets of crypto, right? There's a thing called bull runs and then bear markets, right? Bull runs where the price is like right now, where it's like jacking up, it's like going really, really high and all the shit. So like the whole kind of like aspect is you don't want to buy a top. You don't want to buy like what just as the price is spiking. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to buy it like when it's at 100k right now. But even if that dude was to take that 5 million, go back to like the 2017 bull run, and if he was to buy the peak of the market then, right, and then just wait 6 years like now or 7 years or so to what it is now, he would have 5 times his money. So that 4 or 5 million that he spent would be worth like 25 million if you just had it thrown into Bitcoin rather than to waste it on these OnlyFans chicks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
wait, a guy gave an OnlyFans chick 5 million.
Yeah.
For what?
And here we are.
For what though?
Like doing drugs would have been better.
Bunghole.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not promoting degeneracy or promoting
what's
drug use, whatever, but it would have been better.
What's her gimmick? Is she farting into jars? Is she like sending nudes? What the fuck is she doing? What's the gimmick?
She just wears sexy clothes and pretends to talk to them, but probably hires a service to do it. So it's like some AI or some dudes talking to
Yeah,
them.
but no,
But wait, he
Patel
gave
in
5
India.
million in one go.
Oh, you are very sexy tonight, sir. I must
I was
say.
about to
Like,
say, I bet he's like a 50-year-old fat, greasy Arab dude.
Well, I mean, he
He
sends her
probably
little
thinks
by
that,
little, but over, I guess, a year or two.
Oh,
exactly,
God.
Vegas woman. That's another thing. Anybody who fucking threw money into that Hawk 2 shit deserves to get rug pulled. It's like that's like going to the horses and betting on a 500 to fucking one shot. You know what I'm saying? It's like you basically kind of like there was all this kind of like solid bets and all that kind of shit you could have done. You could invest in Bitcoin, you could invest in Ethereum or XRP, you know, one of the top 3 currencies. You said, no, I'm gonna invest in this fucking prostitutes fucking coin. Like it makes no fucking sense. They deserve to lose their money. It is what it is. But back to the horse. This whole aspect that we're getting at here, this whole like OnlyFans culture on this shit, like to me, I think this is like it's gonna play out like the way it should, I think, because like the average chick, like you can see like these bitches or whatever, like this example where she made like 50 million in a year or whatever, got 5 million of one guy, right? That's like a rare case. That's like saying I'm going to be viral on YouTube. It's like I'm going to be the next PewDiePie. But
I guarantee they're going to find, sorry, but 5 years from now, they're going to find out, or 5 to 10 years from now, they're going to find out this is one massive money laundering operation. Guarantee it.
Oh, 100%. But like this is what I'm saying. Like it's basically this whole, because the average chick I think only makes like $150 a month on this shit. Do you know what I mean? And they're literally throwing their fucking whole like futures away by doing this. Right?
Because they see those ones that get held up who like made 25 million and they think they're going to be the next one if they just whore hard enough. Yeah, so like, but like this whole thing where it's like it's going to drain money from these fucking retarded men, these retarded simps. So it's basically like it's like kind of redistributing taking the money away from the idiots, and then like it's going to end up in these bitches' account. But then those bitches are going to spend the money on stupid shit as well. But at least they're going to spend it on like overpriced iPhones, all that kind of shit. So then it goes back to technology companies, and then technologies will actually be able to reinvest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So this whole aspect of like the OnlyFans chick, because like the chick themselves, like they're exposing themselves for what they truly are. So it's
Cat's bouncing her tits up and down. She's like jumping up around like she's trying to do the OnlyFans thing right now.
Mm-hmm.
She like gets really close to the camera.
This is what I'm saying though, like in terms of the whole aspect, like because there's like you're starting to see like sites now that like are able to like report. It's like, oh, like this chick actually has this like, you know, OnlyFans account, or she has a fucking was it like Sugar Daddy or whatever the fuck?
Ooh.
Like she had one of those accounts or whatever. So it's like that's going to be a new market as well to be able to like double check. It's like, is this bitch like actually like a prostitute and all that kind of shit? Just throw her photo into the thing, and then it basically reports like, yeah, she's on all these sites or whatever.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Exactly.
It's going to go from having, oh, you're applying for a new job, we're going to do a criminal background check. Oh no, we're going to do a whore background check to basically see like what you've been doing. Did you get your minge out on the internet? Man, I've got a headache. I've got such a bad headache right now. I think it was because of Cat's super gay country music.
I made a whole country album, okay? And I'm gonna.
But it was a gay one. I think.
I'm
just
sorry.
Too much gayness. Got a headache.
It's just okay. Like anyway, so this is a TikTok. I'm not gonna play the music because it's probably copyright or something. So imagine a sad, depressing type of music in the background of this, and you just read the text because it's ridiculous.
This is brain raw.
Yeah.
What did he say? When I take her cock climbing.
Rock climbing. Jesus.
Oh right. What? Whoa! He actually
And
took.
then
a
I
rock climb,
remembered
so
how
it's not
Michael
like she
must
had to
feel when I
climb this
take her
rock.
rock climbing.
Why don't you? No. Go and put. No, it's not fine. Did you sit down like this?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So you know what? At the start, for a brief moment, I felt bad for this guy. Then I realized, no, you fucking deserve it. You drove her there, you fucking moron. It would have been bad enough if you just kicked her out and let her go there on her own. Like, but this is just, these people deserve everything that comes their way, including all the STDs.
And whatever comes on their face.
Hey, relax. You just got here.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Damon, how you doing?
We're trying to be
I'm good.
classy today.
Do you have your pants on now?
No, he doesn't have
I-
his pants on.
I don't have trousers on, but I do have
That's
pants.
that's because your ass is a cash machine, dude. Don't
That's
cover it up.
right. That's right. If that ass ain't
Oh,
clapping,
Jesus.
I ain't making any money.
Lord have mercy. Okay, this is another one. I don't care about the music, but they're just dancing to, I don't know, some weird stuff.
Wait,
Compersion? What is can
Who
I not
is-
read?
who is getting this to happen to? Is it him or her or both?
I feel like he doesn't want to be with chicks. Look at how he dances. This is not someone who's totally
No.
sure he wants to be with chicks.
I mean, I can dance, but
No, you can't dance like that. I've seen you dance. No, you cannot dance like that. Salsa is not the same as that.
he's got more hip movement than.
Look at this situation.
What the fuck?
What was she taking her home to do something?
Yeah, it says when you find the third or something like that. And
The third
they
of a-
and,
But they were all women.
I don't know, but they were all women.
Hmm. Should I
What?
talk
Put
about
some pants on. Yeah.
no what my patient said the other
No, are
day?
you allowed to?
Listen to that
Can't do
response.
names. There's no
Put some
names.
pants
There's
on.
no
Just straight
connection.
away.
Huh? What?
What?
The way he shut that down, the moment you asked, put some pants on, he was like straight away like, no.
No.
It's all out.
Oh God.
I pay for this house, bitch. I'm gonna wear no pants in my own house.
It's a slightly Irish Jamaican person.
What are you talking about? Anyways.
That's what it sounded like.
Oh, anyways, you want to say a story? You know somebody who's poly?
No.
Then-
Her it's a little complicated.
We're talking about poly.
Oh, Polly?
Yeah.
Could be Polly.
No,
Along
is it
came
or is
Polly.
it not?
Well, it's that so she had a friend that talked to her, and her friend was like, okay, I've seen so many mouths and tongues and everything.
Oh
I
God,
would
Stephen, is this disgusting?
Yeah, I would never have
Just
anyone go down on me. But later in the conversation, she says, well, maybe you should switch up to women, women on women, girls on girls. And she said, no, wait a minute. You said just earlier that you'd never have anyone go down on you because of the bacteria in the mouth that you seem to have found by
Stephen-
just looking at them. So then
What is
she's like, okay, no, but we wouldn't do that. So what would they be doing? Double dildo?
Okay, this is inappropriate.
Cat, shut up. He built your wall. Shut the fuck up and let him talk.
So would it be a double dildo?
Oh
Would
God,
it be-
Stephen, this is inappropriate for the internet.
Just
Would
that.
it be a strap on? Would it be something else? We don't know. So the point is, if you're thinking of doing a polyamorous relationship,
Good
you
God,
should
help
consider
us all.
all of the things involved. There is, are you going to be like just pegging? Are you gonna be just-
Okay, Stephen.
Okay, listen,
not-
listen, Teriak, are you also sick to shit of us having to listen to Kat's music, but then she can't shut the fuck up so
Yeah.
that we can listen
As
to
soon as
Steve
the
talk
conversation
video?
gets entertaining, as soon as Steve, see this thing, like if Stephen does the drywall, then he can talk about the sugar walls. Yeah.
But and also
Ooh,
The
the
sugar
sugar
wall.
walls.
What-
Oh,
Yeah. Going
What's a
deep
sugar wall?
inside.
Apparently-
Sugar
Steven's
walls.
talking
What is that?
exactly about what
You
we're
have
supposed
sugar
to
When
be
you
talking
go
about.
nuts
What is
deep,
that?
Yeah.
Okay, gross. You guys are just gross.
Cat,
This is locker
you
room talk,
finally-
baby.
You finally got Steve talking about what the subject of this stream is about, and you're shutting him up.
Yeah.
The subject is being vulgar?
Them sugar walls,
It's
baby.
about
vulgar
it's,
shit.
It's about women thinking that they can be in a relationship with other women because they're sick of men,
Hold on.
but not
let me traumatize you
realizing
all.
what it entails when they decide that they're going to be with other women. Because some women don't want other women to go down on them, but they're like, okay, I'm going to act like I'm a dude, so I'm going to get a strap on. I'm going to get a double dildo. And they think that that's enough, but scissoring, I'm sorry, doesn't do it. So
Yeah.
what if other
Mhm.
women are like, okay, I'm going to get in a relationship with a woman, and I'm going to be like, okay, so I want you to go down on me, but you're not going to go down on the other. What's going on here? Are we just going to do pegging and one goes down and one does not? I mean, you have to think about these things
Do
before
ya?
doing that.
So
Yes.
basically what you're saying, Stephen, is everybody's got a plan until they got a pussy in their face.
Exactly.
Oh, help us all.
If you don't know what the snatch is doing, you gotta know.
Here's a genuine question. Here's a genuine question. Why are all these poly people fat fucks? Like, look at the two women in that picture. You know what I mean? They're literally like double the size of me.
How
Well,
are 3 of those fat bitches gonna fit on a bed?
is it king size or California king size? What are we talking here?
I don't even think 2 of them would fit on a king size.
Well, it could be like a it could be a veranda. You
I
could
just
do
want
it in-
everybody to read. There is a disclaimer at the end of this video. Participating in this activity could result in you or others getting hurt. TikTok put a disclaimer.
Oh my god.
hips could be broken.
Oh my god.
Faces could be broken if they, sit too hard.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what this one.
Oh god. He looks beaten.
Okay.
She's the strong one.
Yeah, you could tell she could beat him. She
Yeah,
beats
you could
him.
tell he's the kind of guy that's like he would let.
Look
his
at her
woman
face.
fuck other
She's
men.
scary. She's a scary one.
Mm-hmm.
He looks actually afraid.
He looks like he would bring sandwiches to the guy after he fucks his woman.
Yeah, he would, and he'd feed it to the other guy's face.
So, hey, dude, can I get you a kombucha?
Oh my god.
Would you like it alcoholic or non-alcoholic?
So he looks like he might be a tech bro.
He would
And
high five the guy after he came on her face.
She has the tattoo on the arm. Do you see the nose ring? The standard issue?
Does she have it?
I don't know.
Well, there is more of a
Teriak, how do you zoom in?
There's
What?
a more,
You know how to zoom in?
Oh, what you want to do is pause the video on her face and then take a screenshot and then you can zoom in.
Okay, that's too many steps. I'm not doing that.
is there a clitoris?
Oh, Steven!
No.
Oh my god, cat censorship is getting on my last fucking nerve right now.
Yeah, man. It's like we're supposed to have a thing called freedom of oh my god.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
What in the
Okay, wait.
fucking pronouns is this
Is
shit?
that the same one? Is that the same girl?
No,
Looks
these
like
are all different people.
Yeah,
I'm not
but-
going to play it.
but
I
they
just want
look-
you to see what they look like. So I don't think they said anything that I could understand.
They
I
look
called
all
dick on all
related.
3 of them.
Damon, did you say?
Oh, that's supposed to be a
The
dude.
dude looks more like a woman than the chicks.
Yeah.
No, all 3 of them. All 3 of them are
They
men.
look related.
All 3 of them are men.
Oh, you think all 3 of them are men?
Mm.
Yes,
Hmm.
100%.
Hmm.
I don't see the Adam's apple and the other 2.
This just might be a woman.
Well, they could shave it. It's possible. No, that's a woman. That's
like some women are just not like as
But-
attractive.
But the one
They're
on the
spooky
left
and they're scary. They're all
could
together,
be
Harry.
a dude, possible dude. Yeah,
The
The big
Polly
one could be. This could be.
family.
This
Yeah.
could be. Yeah.
the one that towers over
Yeah.
all of
The
them.
one in the
Yeah.
middle is definitely a dude. The one on the left is a dude, and the one on the right, I'm gonna call dude on just because, you know, fuck it, why not?
So honorary.
They're all dude. Honorary dude. Like
Honorary
might
dude.
as well be dude. Okay.
Someone's getting pegged in the end.
Lord, I'm getting. Okay, let's see what these people are out. We're looking for another one.
Okay.
Oh my
Hmm.
God.
I think we know why.
We're
they
looking
said-
for a male partner in our relationship.
I wonder who is looking for that.
No. So you gotta you gotta take the fugly one just to be able to have go on the passable one. Like, nah. We come as a package. You can be the center of this Oreo cookie. No, thank you. Fuck off.
Oh my God.
He turns off the TV when she comes in.
Yeah, like they're not saying anything interesting. It's just like I wanted you to see like what kind of people are doing it. Like, see, it's just like regular Becky from The Office and James from accounting. These are the people we're talking about. Regular old people.
Well, actually, the dude looks like the gynecologist that I work with. A little bit. I have
Really?
wondered. Yeah, I have wondered if they're poly.
Really?
Yeah.
Have they tried to hit on you?
No, not at all.
Oh God!
Are you like insulted?
Why is he
Look at the way the
standing
dude's
like a
standing.
why is he standing like a fucking mincer? What the fuck?
A Mensa, as in the intelligent people, or something else?
No. Mincer like a
Bitch got the crazy eyes too.
a gay dude.
Oh, okay.
Everybody
That's
got the
the
crazy
same
eyes.
thing, you know. Mensa people that they're all gay. It's fine. That's how they identify. It's good.
Everybody's happy.
Yeah, gay is happy. Happy is gay.
Oh, this is the chick with two dudes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And
so
then
she-
this chick is like she is very excited about this. She's like, oh my God, there is hope for me. I can have two dudes and look normal without face piercings and tattoos all over. That looks like a respectable young lady with respectable, good looking men. That means this is possible. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, you
She-
look like Thomas Sowell transitioned. I'm sorry.
maybe she wants to be spit roasted. We don't know.
What does that mean? And I don't want to know. So
Damon,
yeah,
Damon, can you please tell her what spit roasted means?
do you know?
Cat, it's
Eiffel Tower?
basically you look like a piece of meat that's being spit roasted because there's a cock in your mouth and a cock in your ass.
That's
Oh,
not funny.
I think it's so hilarious. I'm sorry.
We should just call this stream like inappropriate.
I'm
No.
sorry, but look at these guys. All of the
Okay.
guys in these poly relationships look gay. Look, those jeans are just way too fucking skinny. Look at how he's
Mhm.
wearing his trainers. I'm sorry, dude's gay.
But I will like to say that she is the classiest and most respectable looking of all
This
the
is true.
ladies that we have
Yes.
seen.
Really?
I could spit roast her
She
too.
looks like she's
See?
wearing a fucking carpet.
Lord.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh my God.
Look at you shouldn't be able to see the bicep flex like that through a woman's coat.
Mm-hmm.
This is an arm.
Look.
This is an arm.
Okay, we don't see the other arm, but I have a feeling that she needs both those arms. to
Okay,
do
Steven,
double the work.
inappropriate.
I'm just saying work. She's got to work with them. You know,
I think those guys are going to be doing more stuff with each other than with her when they get to the bedroom.
possible. Yeah. I do have a story about that too.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
Oh
You
wait!
wanna tell
This
me
is going to be funny. She thinks that she's going to prove this wrong, but
Oh,
she
God.
already looks. She already looked tragic.
And we never said poly people were ugly.
No,
I
No,
did.
we didn't. We didn't have to.
Oh
We
my
didn't have-
gosh.
I'd say they aren't ugly. They're fugly.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay.
What are they supposed to be proving it wrong?
Okay,
don't
let's just
know.
kind of break this down. She's got no tits. Like I was genuinely like concerned that it's like where she has the hand up. It's like yeah, she's holding the
Well-
Adam's apple clearly.
No.
Yeah.
There's a handful.
No, it's not.
There
No,
is.
no,
No,
she has no
this
tits.
is
She
not
doesn't have-
appropriate.
You don't know
No.
if she's 6'5". She could be.
She could iron her
Look at
clothes on
his
that chest.
nose rings.
Yeah. Look at the tranny lipstick.
Yeah.
Horse teeth.
Well,
Yeah,
know.
that's going to be a risky blowjob.
What? Yes. Agree. Does she have lockjaw or TMJ
okay,
issues?
so we are moving. Oh, yes, trailer trash. This is thing. See, this is more what I think. I don't think like they're all unattractive. I think more like it's very trashy.
Lot lizard.
Yeah, it's a lot lizard.
Well, but she does have a handle up, around the solar plexus. You can grab onto that.
Okay, Steven, stop
Gives purchase.
being a skank.
Oh. He's short and
Unattractive.
no. Well, I mean,
He's
not that bad.
unattractive.
He's not that bad.
I said what I said.
Oh my God, no, this is the tragic thing. Look, go back to that video. Did you actually read what was said?
No.
No.
Oh.
I did not.
Oh, jeez.
I want to watch you. Yeah, like
The cuck.
as if that means that she's not going to be fucking guys as well.
Did
Mhm.
you tell everyone about the one chair in the bedroom thing?
They know that. Everybody knows that.
Well, your
What?
mother.
Holy moly. I hope this is like satire.
Huh? Tuple?
Who's the tranny at the back though?
I don't know. Oh, I think they're trying to say like this is supposed to be like another female, but it's really a dude.
Yeah, that's definitely a dude.
Okay, hi, we're a trouble. That's right, a 10-person couple. People say it must be 9. Oh wait, girlfriends. Just put numbers on them. Number 4. How's it going? Blah blah blah.
God.
This is not right.
And he splits them up so they don't get their cycles all together. Oh my
He's
god.
German
Jesus
and he's
Christ.
Nazi. He gets them to, and the dude is like going, "Let's go, people."
Oh my god.
Does he do
Where-
the dude as well? I still
Yes,
don't know.
this is a joke.
Where's an
Is it-
apartment fire when you need one?
Because you can't hold them in. They can get out. Unless it's China.
What?
The hell is going on here?
That's cute. I think they're just making fun of people.
Do you there's a little bit of truth in every joke. Do you think there's something down there? Oh, okay. This guy who's got a highball, a man bun.
He looks terrified. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
That's a part of it.
Let's see that again.
Do we have to?
Could we call this abuse?
No.
You know, some people are questioning Putin's moves in Russia. You know, sending intercontinental ballistic missiles, saying that like that's a delivery device for a nuke. I'm on the side of Putin.
So you would like a delivery device
Oh my
into
God.
this person who's being abused
Yeah.
currently.
Very nice.
Sometimes you gotta restart the game. You just gotta start fresh.
Fresh and fit. Those two.
See what I mean? Like,
Oh God, the kids have been caught in this fucking disaster as well.
Where's
Yeah.
the kids?
it's
didn't show
it's
them.
like
They're all in the back.
This is-
See?
they
Oh,
don't. Do you know what I mean? It's like this whole kind of thing of like it's the same thing we're saying about the OnlyFans chicks. It's like they're so fucking selfish and self-centered that they're not actually thinking about the kids. They're just thinking, what pleasure suits me in the moment. I'm gonna choose that. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like they have no concept of sacrifice or like building towards something. It's just like, I just want it and I want it now. And that's why I say the markets are going to dictate, or the markets themselves will solve a lot of these fucking issues. That's the beautiful thing about capitalism.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
there is some sacrifice involved. They just sacrifice their children.
Yeah. Fucking whatever, the blood god Cthulhu or whatever the fuck it's called.
Moloch.
And they use that as adrenochrome.
Okay, we're not allowed to say that on the
Oh.
internet, Stephen, please.
We can't use
No.
charged blood.
Anyways, look at this. This is when
Steve,
we were
I think
monogamous.
you should stop feeding her until she lets you speak.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Well, she was fed last night, and
What the hell are you saying to that?
She was eating when she came on today.
Mhm.
oh well, that was just a snack.
Oh, God.
Different meat.
No more snacks.
Okay,
until
Steven.
we listen to talk.
This is you. Oh, unbelievable.
Stephen, you let her talk a lot.
Because maybe it's my stream.
It's
I
only
think
for the
you let her
best.
talk
It's
too
only
much.
for the
She
best.
talks a lot for a woman.
It's only for the best.
And that's saying a lot, you know what I mean?
Because if I just had my free reign, I don't know the terms of service, so I probably would violate all of them
Yeah, all of them.
and
Okay.
enjoy violating them
Yes,
as well.
he enjoys violating people.
We're still.
I would
talking
just
about
love to
rules,
see
right?
Stephen break out some masking tape and just stick it over her mouth.
Oh
Just-
my god.
Wait, I got gorilla tape. Does that work?
Yeah, Gorilla Tape would be even better. Do you remember that chick who Gorilla glued her hair?
Oh man.
The world was following that. Like, did the glue come out yet?
Wow.
It didn't.
Okay, so Smoking Spaceman says you're not supposed to feed them after midnight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you gremlin.
that's the problem. It was after midnight.
Yeah, and then blink a lot at the camera if you need help. No, stop. He's just kidding. He's fine, right, honey? Tell them
That's
you're
what
fine.
everyone says.
Tell them you're fine.
I'm fine.
That's right. Oh, when we were monogamous, I'm going on a girls' trip. Yeah, I'm just
Oh.
wondering if maybe they found some male company. Company.
Oh, he
Yeah,
looks
how
like
would
he
you
got
feel if
dropped on
I
his head a lot as a kid.
What? Ahead of time, I would bang a rando. I was thinking more of a short snog. Make out of sorts.
You're not gonna read it? No.
I think
You're just dropping off at the one night stand part?
we got the point.
Okay.
I
Is there a
wanna
reason
know
why you
who
can't
the
put the
fuck raised these people?
Okay, so basically she's like, look, I'm going on a girls' trip.
perfect?
Exactly, perfect time to pause it. But so I'm going on a girls' trip, and my girlfriends might partake in some entertainment with the less fairer species. Can I partake in that? I won't bang them. I'll just, like make out a little bit. Is that cool? She's literally like nonchalantly saying this.
Well, at least she's being open about what it is that she wants to do.
No, not
I just
okay.
think
I didn't say it
I
was
just think
okay.
it's amazing that the guy is even entertaining this shit.
That's the other very key point that one might want to talk about.
But like, look, if you
You
look
should
back
just
at the
get
guy, like, just look at his posture.
Yeah, the minute she asks that, he should be like, "Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna go and fuck your sister, and I'm gonna fuck your mother after that."
Well, if you've seen her sister,
Okay, stop. Okay, no, we're not doing that.
You should
No.
be like, you should just be like, you know what? Yeah, like, Oh God, this is conversation over. I've said it before. The minute she asks that shit, oh God.
Okay,
Just
okay, okay.
You need to
get
have
out in the garden
ammunition
and
in your
start
back
digging a hole
pocket.
for the bitch.
Okay, look
Mhm.
at this one. This is for you, Peakies. Read that.
It is.
Yes.
Sorry,
You
Steven.
don't have to read it out loud. Just tell us the answer.
Wait, okay. What type of soda are we talking about here?
Is it just
Is it baking
no?
soda? Is it diet soda? Is it soda with sugar? Is it? I mean, what type of soda? I have all kinds of information I can give you.
It's baking soda. He snorts it.
Ah,
Coke,
well,
Pepsi, regular Coke, Pepsi, high fructose corn syrup Coke,
Coke,
Pepsi,
Pepsi. Wait,
Mexican Coke, Pepsi.
so are we talking
All
about
of that. Okay,
so
this is a
the
problem.
powdered Coke? I
Nope,
would say
Steven.
it's not a good
Steven,
idea to
you're
do.
not allowed to talk about those. Come on.
I was just saying that
Not even joking.
dehydrated
No,
Coke,
no, no,
Pepsi.
no, 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 no. Okay, so
So the sugar is going to
Look.
give you a sugar spike. Which
Stephen, where's that gorilla tape, Stephen?
Wait a minute.
stop.
No, it's on here. So Coke Pepsi has a lot of sugar in it, like loads of it. Doesn't matter the amount. You could like talk about whatever. Doesn't matter. So it's going to spike your blood sugar, which if you are pre-diabetic, you'll get tired afterwards, which will then make you more prone to becoming diabetic because it spikes your blood sugar and your body produces insulin as a result. You become more and more insulin resistant.
Try to say it like less nerdy and like just get to like the scare tactics. We're gonna lose your feet.
Well, no. If you don't give the full thing, they're like, well, I don't think that's gonna ever happen. You're gonna lose your eye. You're gonna lose your feet. You're gonna lose your kidneys. You're gonna lose your hands. You're gonna lose all kinds of things. Just don't do it. No, they need to know. Like, I don't have high blood sugar. So, but if you get tired afterwards and you need, it's a constant thing. Oh, I need to have the Coke Pepsi in order to get going. No.
Switch to
sugar
coffee.
is going to give you problems. Sugar is highly processed and will spike your blood sugar, which will spike your insulin, which will make you more insulin resistant, which will make you more diabetic the more times you do it. The only time that I could say you could do it, only time, and I'm not saying this is across the board, is on an average person. If you work out either before or after you do a long, heavy, good workout, then you could do your Coke Pepsi.
But if you do, you just blew the whole workout. So that's
no.
choice.
That's just not
Yes, it
not
is.
quite. So your
no.
muscles will absorb the glucose. There's something called exercise-induced GLUT. So what it does is when you exercise, it'll get the glucose into your cells and it'll clear it out, whether it's before or after the workout. So that's the only time you could do it. And amount matters. So I don't know how much you could handle. I don't know how much you're exercising. I don't know how much of that, but it does matter. So if you want to know, you don't quite know what's going on, get a CGM, a continuous glucose monitor, put that on your body, and you can see exactly what's happening.
Those are really expensive. You can also do the prick thingies.
No, don't do the prick things.
Why not?
No, that's a waste of time. Most people aren't going to do it.
Wow.
You need a continuous glucose monitor. Go to Levels. I'm not invested in them. I don't make any money off of them. I don't have any discount codes. I'm sorry. But when I do, I'll tell you. Go to Levels. You can get one. You put it on. You'll see what happens to your glucose when you exercise, when you don't exercise, when you have it between your meals, when you have it with a meal, when you have it, with this or that. And then you'll know when you can have your Coke Pepsi. But in my opinion, don't do it. Especially if it's got fructose in it. If it's the Mexican Coke, that's better. It's still bad. You've got liver issues you have to deal with. You've got all kinds of other problems. Just get off of it. Do some cocaine. Organic, obviously.
Why is it always the nose ring?
I think they're demonically possessed. And this is just a sign of demonic possession, or probably like a new exotic type of parasite that makes you shave your head, color it funky colors, decorate your body, poke holes all over yourself.
Oh, acupuncture.
cut things off your body. I mean, I think it's all the same type of parasites.
I think we should go around yanking those rings out whenever we
Oh
see 'em.
my gosh,
No,
no.
we should, just to teach
It's a
them not
good
to
that
get 'em.
they label themselves so that we know what to avoid. It's just like, because
Yank it out.
back in the old
Yank
days,
it
like,
out.
you didn't
Just
know
yank
if
it out.
someone was like nuts, and now you can see a mile away if they're nuts, so you can just like steer clear of them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, steers have them. Oh gosh. Oh. Is this the same person that's evolving into?
I don't know what's going on. Would you like to see that again,
Okay.
guys?
Do we have
No,
to?
do you know
Ugly.
what I've got to say? Honestly, I've changed my mind about something.
Uh-huh. No, wait, let him go.
Wait, no,
Let him go.
No, it's good. It's good. We're listening.
Uh-huh.
You've changed your mind.
I've and Teriak knows how passionately I've been arguing the case. I've been arguing this one way for so long, right? And Teriak knows this, but I think that I'm on the verge of changing my mind. I'm beginning to think that maybe we should allow abortion.
Oh my god.
No, because honestly, these
Oh my
people,
God.
I'm 100% certain that these people came from those people who wanted abortions. And if we just said, yeah, have abortions, it will be one particular group of people that will just take themselves out of society within just a few generations, really.
I mean,
So if it's always these same lost souls that just want it, and it's my right, I should be able to do it. We don't need you people breeding. We
Well,
don't need another generation of these fucking retards.
They are
But
lost.
it goes back to this whole thing of like they want choice without consequence. They don't want any consequence for their action. Like this whole concept, like what's the point in being in a poly relationship? It's an oxymoron. You know what I mean? It's like a relationship supposed to be between two people. You know what I mean? But they like, why not just be single because they don't want to be lonely? You know what I mean? It makes no motherfucking sense. Other than you just want to, they want to be single, but without the consequence of being single. It's fucked up. Fucked in the head.
Sometimes you get people quoting the Bible. Then what do you say?
what do you mean?
What?
About what?
What is it? King David has
But
his
like-
harem. You know, the different kings in the Bible. So
It
they
was
say-
already a part of like society
I'm not
back
saying
then.
it's right. I'm just saying, like, people will say, well, if the kings did it, I can do it. That's what I'm saying.
First of all, back in those days, like he's a fucking king. The fuck are you? That's number one question. Number two
true.
as well. They gotta worry about population rates because back in the days, tribes would get wiped out from the fucking flu. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was a high rate of death. Yes, this is true.
Yeah. So like that whole aspect, like you could possibly make an argument for it, but this is modern day. You know what I mean? There's like 50% women, 50% men, and we're still not making enough babies. So it's like this whole thing of like, oh yeah, like we need to repopulate because the birth rates are low. Doesn't make much fucking sense because you're bringing the kid into a relationship where mommy's getting plowed by 5 other dudes. It's just as bad as the OnlyFans shit.
There is one thing, you know, I'm playing devil's advocate. I don't necessarily agree with this, but in Japan, there is a problem with population decline, and there's only so many men that women are willing to bed. So is it possible that one, you know, Yakuza could, you know, impregnate 5 different women to
Have
help
5 wives.
bring up the population? I mean, is this...
Look, because look, Teriak, this is true. Guess how many kids were born? What was the population of Japan? We forgot already, right? 122 million, something like that. Okay, 122.
Wow, strangely accurate.
I know. So 122 million is
Something
the
like
population of Japan. Guess how many children were born last year?
Don't know.
Guess. That's what guessing is.
Let's We see 120, 60 million,
math.
there's 3 million.
He's figuring it out.
So I'll say about 30.
30 kids?
Oh, sorry, 3 million.
Okay.
3 million.
Tree. He said tree, like a tree
Yes,
outside
got
growing.
roots, leaves.
Nice. That's how Irish people
Drops
say
fruit.
3. They say trees.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, he lives near that hill. So that's
nice.
what.
Okay, so only 700,000 babies were born last year in Japan. In a
Damn.
population of 122 million.
Teriak,
So
you and I should
they're
go
gone.
to Japan. We'll fix that
Yeah.
problem. We'll go. Will you, Teriak, and I go to Japan for like a long weekend?
Yeah. We can do
Steve,
it.
you come along as well.
No,
Well,
he's busy.
no. I will watch in the cut chair.
What?
Make sure you perform well. You know, it stays in long enough. I will be sure that they're ovulating. before
Okay,
bed.
Steven.
I'll use a manual test.
Oh God, Lord have mercy.
With his
What?
dick.
Okay. God. Terrible. Anyways,
Every
yes.
camera needs a
I
tripod.
I can't procreate any longer.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
procreation done.
Because she won't let you.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, he's the one who decided he doesn't want to anymore.
Of
'Cause
course. he
apparently
did.
children are expensive.
Oh, the sweet lies we tell each other in relationships.
No.
Mhm.
Have you had a child?
Tell me
You
lies,
know what it's
tell me
like.
sweet little lies.
You don't know what it's like in the first year. It's not easy.
It was the first few years you lost your mind and you want to go.
The first year was the most. I would say that was definitely one of the most difficult. Like
Just
sleep
say
sleep
it. Just say
depravity.
it. Just say it. The worst year of your life.
No,
Was the best of times, it was the worst of
I've
times.
had worse, but that was
That was up there.
That was up there because
Yeah.
I mean I had nearly been blown up a few times.
Yeah, Israel.
I
I
had
know.
friends that were blown to pieces. That was bad, but there was up there.
So having children is like watching your friends blow up in front of you.
No, that's not. No.
Wow. All right.
If it were only that easy.
If they
No.
blow up out of their
I mean, that's traumatic, but it's quick, Well, look, I would say having kids is only crappy the first 7 years of their life.
Once you spit Harvey out of your mouth. you're
Okay,
fine.
stop. So after 7 years, it's like really fun. And then you forget.
It is.
I think it's fun. I love ganging up on you with the kid.
Oh.
It's fun.
Ugh.
All right,
No
so
hope.
let's look at these people.
hope.
They're not having children.
That she is pregnant. I hope.
No, she's not pregnant.
Lord,
It's not low enough.
are you
Or
sure?
stiff enough. I don't think so.
Let's see. I feel like this is pregnant.
No, that's just a beer gut.
I don't know.
I think she's just
Yeah.
And
fat.
so's the other girlfriend. What is it with scrawny guys going for fat women?
because that's what
Mhm.
they get.
Yeah.
That's
sounds like-
we know people like that are
We
poly
do.
in that situation. Big people with really tiny men.
He's not tiny.
This guy,
Oh, that
if he
guy's-
like
he's
fixed
not all
himself,
gay.
he's probably a little gay, but yeah, and the hair thing is weird.
But he's sitting
Maybe-
cross-legged. He's got longer hair than they have, and I bet he's got a butt plug right now, just like Destiny.
Yes, this is definitely like one of that.
And his hair
He's straight.
looks
His back
amazing.
is so straight.
He does
definitely
have
got a
really
butt
nice
plug.
hair,
Look
though.
at that hair.
He does have nice
He
hair.
takes care of his hair.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
I bet he's like an old school hippie.
that's
Yeah,
nice hair.
he likes that hair because
Damn.
he likes feeling a guy pull on it when he's fucking him in the ass.
Oh
Yes. And then pulling his balls.
Okay. Jesus.
Steve took it too far.
Always a little bit. Just a
What?
little bit over. Oh my god.
Was it too far? Was it really?
Okay, let's learn how to
From
cope.
this person?
Yes, he's gonna teach us how to be poly.
No.
Okay. you shouldn't be forced into a non-monogamous diversity group with a whole lot of what?
Wait. Look, this
What?
guy knows. This guy knows what a loser he is. Just read
Yes,
the
he's
T-shirt.
satisfied his
Just
short
read the T-shirt.
arms. I'm only pulling for the leftovers. Oh God, that is really bad.
He
Definitely
knows what a
forced
loser
into
he
it.
is.
He knows
Exactly.
what the game is.
He looks like that one teacher at the preschool that you know touches the kids,
Yeah.
but you're not
Mhm.
allowed to say anything because you don't have
Mm.
proof.
Yeah,
Well,
he touches the leftovers.
you know what? He is doing the best he can, and as good-looking people, it's not nice for us to
Well,
criticize the less fortunate.
No, you're right. So at least he's getting something, whether it's the leftovers or not.
And he
But
has,
is,
oh my
yeah.
God, 287,000 followers, 9 million and 3 million likes. And this is what he talks about.
So there's that many people that are being cucked
Oh my Lord, have mercy.
or wanting to be cucked.
Wow. So maybe.
So my theory is this. My theory is that all of these poly people
Mm-hmm.
were people who went to school. They went to school with some kids who got sexually abused, right? By some teachers or by some, I don't know, by some dodgy, weird creep in the neighborhood. And they didn't. So they grew up with some stigma wondering why they weren't picked for the sexual abuse. And they've got such fucked up self-esteem issues and they're messed up in the head that they just meet other freak losers who are just as messed up as they are. And they just abuse one another now. Because that's what it is. A
Pretty
poly relationship is pretty much a relationship based on abuse. And a lot of these weird guys, a lot of these weird people are people that are like that. They're like, why wasn't I good enough? Why wasn't I good enough? And the question they're asking is, why weren't they good enough to be abused properly when they were younger? That's so fucked up.
So Damon, were you looked over?
Oh my God.
No,
Wow.
no,
You
no, I
were
was
too
also
tall for that.
abused.
Oh my God.
No,
Anyway, so this chick.
the stigma that these people, I mean, this is what I don't like, where they're like, no, everything needs to be tolerated. These people deserve to be stigmatized.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not typing. Sorry.
There you go.
Oh, I kicked them off. Hold on. There you go.
Who did you kick off?
Everybody.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah. Anyway, so this chick, she's like, so you're a bi woman who discovers that you're bi after being in a monogamous relationship with a cis man for 10 years. And a year after getting married, you came out to him and expressed your desire to explore intimacy with women. Luckily, he's 100% supportive.
Oh, of course he is.
And together,
What
you
is he gonna
become
do?
poly.
What is he gonna do? I want to know what he looks like.
I do too. I think we should check this out.
We need to.
Oh my Lord!
God, is that's the dude? No, that's not.
Again, no dude should dance that well. This is a red flag.
No, he's
If
not
you're
that
a
good.
guy, if you're a guy,
What do you mean he's not that good?
No, I've seen better.
Of
No, but
course you've seen better.
if you're a guy and you do any kind of dance video on social media,
This is true.
and you are not like, let's say, an instructor or something,
Mm-hmm.
you're gay.
Yeah.
If you do any kind of choreographed dance thing, even if it's with 100 women, you're gay.
You just called Steven gay.
He did a choreographed dance routine on YouTube.
I did.
You did salsa classes. He went to a class to learn salsa.
I said, unless you're an instructor.
He's not an instructor. He was learning.
I learned.
Well,
to
okay,
dance
fine. If he was learning,
salsa.
whatever, it's like that's.
But I'm
what
not posting it as a video online.
They didn't have cameras back then.
No, that's not the same. So when you're doing it on camera, it's that you're telling the world, oh, look, I can move like this way. Look, I know how to dance.
Uh-huh.
When you're dancing, when you're learning to dance, you're learning to move a
You're trying to
person that you're
justify.
dancing with. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm justifying it.
Okay.
You're learning to move with someone and have a good time when there's music being played. And I thought that, so I knew how to fight, I knew how to cook, I knew how to do other things. So I thought, what else did I need to do? Oh, I should probably learn how to dance. So I learned how to dance. So I did it for 2 years. I did salsa LA style and Casino Rueda, which is the circle salsa.
You trying to speak Spanish sounds like you have marbles in your mouth.
Casino Rueda.
That's not. I don't feel like that's real.
Dame dos.
What? Oh, freaking crazy.
Give me two.
If you make these type of videos, I feel like your relationship is over.
Oh, they're talking in the chat about the term cis.
Yes, I believe, and I believe
It's
the
a
chat
fugazi.
agrees with me, that the term cis is a slur for straight people.
It doesn't fucking exist. It's some made up bullshit term.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a slur.
And
It's
another
a
thing
slur.
about this, why the fuck are people like fucking like talking about this shit on the internet? Like it's a desperate cry for attention. Because like back in the day, oh Jesus Christ.
What's going on here?
I genuinely thought that bitch had Down syndrome.
Yeah,
She's in between. Not quite, but
she's
getting
drinking.
there.
That's a full
chromosomes.
blown like cat.
Full bone.
It was sorry. That's a full cat stomach, and on top of it was a full
Wait.
dog.
This dude is with her.
I don't know what's going on here.
Are the pigtails for like, are those handles? That
Oh,
some
God.
other. Oh, he's got a tortilla. He's got a what do they call it in English? Belly shirt. And
That
he's
dude
in
is a
his-
raging homosexual.
and he's in his underwear. I can relate.
Well, so are you, Stephen. Like, let's be real.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
we're not
But the
sure
thing
about
is-
you right now.
The thing is that we don't need another word for normal, right? You don't need another word for
Oh,
normal.
he's showing his
You're
cock and
one-
balls.
Stephen, shut up! You can't say that on the internet. You stupid, crazy ass.
No, but what you didn't
What,
show.
cock and balls?
No.
You can say cock and
Not-
balls.
Okay, we'll
No,
call
you
it
can't.
bullocks. Can you say bullocks?
Hold
Do you
on.
even-
No.
Teriak, tell her what.
Okay, so
Bollocks means balls.
We can stop with the videos. We
Oh, no,
can
no,
stop
no,
with
no,
the
no. I
videos.
want to see this one. I knew a girl that came out as bi to her husband, and then her husband came out as bi to her.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
think
and at the end, she's like,
And he said it with a shit-eating grin.
so. I think what Kat's proven today is that we
there's
need
a lot
to
of
bring back.
mental.
We need to bring
excitement.
back and we need more hate crimes. That's what Kat's proven today. We need more hate crimes. Hate crimes will make the country great again.
And
You
and
need
if
to bring
Putin
back
nukes the
shame. You
world,
need to bring back bullying. You need shame and
chicha.
bullying because these people need to be shamed out of existence.
True.
Okay.
I can't argue that. I can't argue it. I don't have any defense. I'm
And
sorry.
yeah, and as like I was saying, and like Tarek was saying, with regards to what's going on in the chat, we do not need another word for normal. If you're a man, you're a man. If you're a woman, you're a woman. The only reason why they invented the word cis is
Is to
because
insult.
they want no. It's because they want a modifier. Okay, because they know that when you say you're a trans man or you're a trans woman or whatever, we know that they know that it doesn't mean that you're a real man or a real woman. So by creating another word for real or normal, it makes it sound like you aren't a normal man, you aren't a normal woman, because there's this modifier before it. But you don't need it because it's not a modifier. It's you're just a man, you're just a woman. So yeah, this is the games that they play, so that if they've got a modifier before using the word, you need a modifier too. No, you don't. No, you don't. Just say that you're a real man or a real woman.
And we can check the hips. So, you know, can always check the hips.
And Damon will break the
And
hips.
Damon will break the hips or not. You know, if it's a male hips, Damon's not going to be able to break the hips because it's
Yeah.
too strong.
Too strong.
You know? Yeah.
Nice.
That's not the reason. It's because I'm not going to fucking go there.
Okay, what are our thoughts on what someone should do if somebody asks them to be poly?
Kill him dead.
Oh my
Goodbye.
God, wonderful.
Good luck.
And this is not medical advice.
Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire.
God.
Well, I would stab them to death with my.
Stephen, you're not allowed to say these things.
But like that's the thing. You just
Why
basically
is
say
that-
goodbye, take your ball and go home. See you later, bitch. See ya, Felicia. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
throw them out of the fucking house. Tell them, kick them to the curb. Build a little doghouse outside and put them in the doghouse. Say you want to be a bitch, live like a bitch.
Speaking of polyamorous, how are you doing, Sarah?
Poor Sarah.
Why did you mute Sarah?
I
I
didn't
muted.
either.
I would to cough, so I muted myself, and then I forgot I was.
No, the
muted.
cat's used to muting people. Sorry, she's been doing it to Stephen
I
all night.
only quiet. I only mute Simperius. That's it.
That simp needs to be muted.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't even let him on my show.
We're
Yeah,
trying
people
to
with
save him.
brains
She's
don't.
a strong woman.
Oh my gosh.
No, she's a smart woman.
I told
Cat's
him
fucking
no.
retarded.
I told him he has to give me 100 because I let him on once a long time ago, and he came on right off the bat, like calling me all sorts of names. I was like, "Bye," and I booted him right back off. I don't even think he made it like a full 10 seconds, and I just booted him right off. And
Wow. You were so
then-
generous.
right, and then I blocked him out of chat. And then he was in my Discord, like begging to get back in chat. I was like, fine, I'll let you back in chat. I said, but you're not allowed on the panel. He's like, come on. I said, okay, fine, $100. And I think he's donated like $2 3 times. So I was like, all right, $94 now. So,
Nice.
Okay, Teriak, by the way, Teriak's the master of clipping shit.
Mhm.
Can you go back and can you just clip the bit where Sarah said, I don't think he made it 10 seconds? Just clip that bit. That's great.
Good God.
oh Lord have mercy. So how's it going tonight? I was listening in on my way home. Let me tell you what, I've been dealing with nothing but traffic all day since I left the house. But
Mhm.
you guys went through the poly stuff. Then we went through some abortion things. Damon used the word whore probably 100 times.
Yes.
That
recap.
100, well, the 100 times was probably within the first 30 minutes, and then there's another 100 to follow.
Yeah, but to be fair, it was accurate.
Oh, good.
She's a whore. 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 Everyone's a whore. She was a whore, so kick her out.
But it's with the British accent. You know,
It's classy when it's a
it makes
British
it better,
Right.
so it's okay.
You're
It's
making like a lower class
oh wait,
British accent.
Southern
though.
London. Oh,
Your mother
but
was
it's
a
with the British
whore.
accent.
You cannot
It's
do it.
okay.
Damon, do it the classy way. Call Stephen a whore, but like with class.
Stephen, you're a pantless whore.
Oh,
Pantless. Pantless.
Really?
whore.
Very
Well,
sexy.
Well, sorry, you do know Stephen isn't wearing pants, by the way.
I'm wearing trousers.
Stephen, are you
No.
not? I thought I heard you guys say that earlier, but I didn't know if he really was or was not.
Yeah,
I
he
figured it
came
was.
on and Kat said to him, "Put some pants on." No.
Not Scuba Steve. Is he
So-
wearing shorts? Boxers?
So
Boxers.
we should define things. So in the UK, I don't know
Oh,
about
no.
Ireland, Teriak, but in the UK,
No.
they
Stephen,
view
don't spoil this for us. Don't
pants
spoil this for us.
as what?
Don't spoil this for us. Don't spoil this for us. You're
Okay, so-
you're naked from the waist down.
Mhm.
They view
Steve,
pants.
I
Pants
imagine-
are
I imagine wearing
Are you
underwear.
allowed to
Trousers
stand up?
are
Are-
pants.
Are you allowed to stand up right now? Is it within
No.
TOS
Yeah,
guidelines?
no, there's
No.
Stand up, Steve.
I am
Stand up.
wearing I am wearing pants.
No,
by
there are
the-
not pants.
No, they're pants by the British version of pants.
I'm pretty sure that's
I'm wearing
They're boxers.
they're boxers, but
That's not pants.
no, but
Steve
in the
likes short
UK, they're
shorts.
called pants.
He does like short. Okay, I'm trying to get him to wear like the short shorts that I can fine. They're super tight, like khaki.
So like Magnum style.
Oh my.
Yes.
Why?
But
Why?
he won't
Why?
do this.
Why would
for
you
me.
do that? I don't blame him. Why? Why do you
I
want
don't
him
want
to
my
wear
butt
that?
cheeks hanging out.
Because-
I
No,
don't
no,
want
not
those-
Sarah-
booty
Sarah,
shorts.
Oh,
Not
wait,
booty
wait, that
shorts.
goes with the song from earlier. The like, if my booty was a cash maker or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
that was about him.
Showed that to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Kat,
my.
can you like swap me and Sarah or swap Damon and Sarah? Because my chat's complaining that they can't see Sarah.
Aw,
I don't know.
I think my
Darn.
chat's simping.
Oh, because
Stop
simping,
he's
chat.
in the
Darn.
lower corner.
Oh yeah, because you guys. Okay.
Darn.
They want to see.
So
how
see,
beautiful
I
it
think
is.
Steve, you've got to be careful because first she's going to get you to wear those effeminate kind of pants, the little short shorts, and then she's going to tell you, "I think we should open the relationship."
Oh my god.
You're gonna be poly by the end of the month. So why Kat? Why the shorts? Like tiny shorts?
Okay, look, it's a vibe. I feel like I need to justify this. I need to show a photo of like what I want. Continue talking.
It's going to be Magnum, isn't it?
I asked
Leaning
you the
against his
question.
Ferrari.
Banana Republic.
This,
This is
this,
where you're wanting to get these booty
T's and
short
P's for
shorts.
Stephen in chat.
yeah, it's classy. It's not skanky. It's
Oh, really?
it's
cla-
classy.
It's a classy, large amount.
She's going to
of
show a
fat.
picture of a dude wearing really short hot pants with his dick poking out under the leg.
No, this is how I feel like a man should dress.
Those aren't short shorts.
These are. I mean, I consider them shorter than what you'd agree to. Here
Are
we
we
go.
talking about meat flap shorts?
There's no meat.
What?
There's no meat flapping.
So,
Okay,
when you take
right there.
jeans-
Look at this butt crack.
When you take jeans and you cut them off and they become really frilly,
Look at that.
so you can make
Look how he's
them,
presenting.
like a thong.
I was thinking of like some
Dong,
baby
dong, dong,
jukes.
dong.
Right? This is how a man should
Wait,
dress.
What did you
Nice.
say? David?
Well,
Nice.
gay
Yes,
man, yeah.
I was about
Nice.
to say, this is how a man should
Oh my
dress when
God.
going out to meet another man.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, it's easy access. When you drop them down to your ankles, it's easier to get them off.
I'm uncomfortable.
Are these linen? Yes. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
linen. Oh,
They're
that's-
perfect. Oh.
Are they?
yes.
Are they perfect?
This is you
When
need
they
a
get
tan though.
wet,
You need a tan on these pasty
yeah,
legs to pull
And
this off.
Steve, she wants you to get the white ones as well, so that like after you get railed out, like we can see the shit stains and blood.
Shut up.
so you can see the evidence.
Look at this cheeks. Anyways, I'm just saying.
Okay,
It-
I think you've tortured them enough.
What?
with doing your shopping.
But look,
spree,
isn't this like how men should look at that? This is how men should be walking.
I'm amazed that we've scrolled through so many of these pictures and there's not one rainbow flag in sight. Anyway,
This is true. We need to go to what Abercrombie and Finch.
Oh
or
God, Finch.
Finch or Finch?
Finch. It's the bird. Yes.
It's the bird. Yes. We give the middle finger to these people.
Oh my gosh. Anyways,
I'm really curious about the dynamics of your relationship.
it's just
It's about as complex as
No,
Mac
there's
and
nothing
cheese.
complex about it. She wants you in the short, tiny shorts so she can pimp you
Yeah.
out and make that booty, make that money. It all has become clear. She is your pimp. You are the whore.
and she
whole-
likes to see when I'm working on drywall. She likes
Mhm.
to see that
Mhm.
booty,
Booty
pump up
popping.
a bit. I don't
Yes.
have much of a booty.
he
I
doesn't,
really
but he
don't.
tries really
I
hard.
used to.
He claims he used to. It's like like one of those people who used to
No,
play
no, no,
football
it-
in high school. They keep talking about it, like
No,
No,
it's
good
little.
old
no,
years.
it's way more disturbing than that. Way more disturbing. My sister told me that, oh yeah, he used to have a really great butt. The fact that she was checking out my butt is a little offensive.
Because she had to take back her friends who were older women who were trying to attack you.
Well, she did. Yes,
Yes,
this
yes.
is true. And,
Yes.
and thinking back, yes, I did have a butt. I had
Here
my
we
legs
go.
were so big that there was no hair on the inside of the legs. 'cause
Steven,
they had
nobody
been rubbed
cared.
off.
Oh Jesus!
I could wear normal jeans. No, it was a problem.
Yes, you
It
were
really-
a problem
It
back
was a
then.
serious problem.
I wasn't around for that, so I never saw him
weren't.
when he was a problem. When
But
So
I
Mix-a-Lot
he's
wrote
still-
the song about Steven. We're
He's
just
still your
realizing
problem.
now.
His big ass thighs.
oh God, Lord help us.
You give me a rise.
Wow. Anyways,
Low hanging ball.
okay. So
Do your
I,
balls
Clear the
hang
balls.
low? Do they wobble to and fro?
wow, look at this. Real men have hairy legs, Steven.
Do you shave
Shame,
your
I
shame.
have hairy legs. Just it wasn't on the inside of those legs because it was rubbed off from all the friction.
That is not something you want to
By
announce
the,
to people.
cheeks, by the cheeks of some old dude who was just
Yeah.
noshing on Steve aggressively.
Well, I mean, no.
Oh no! Tell them about the time that I made you pretend to be gay so I could get like thousands of dollars of free stuff.
Oh.
I did not pretend to be gay. I was just
Fucking hell.
acting.
Well, he didn't have
myself.
to pretend, right? Yeah. Okay.
I just had to be myself and just say hello. No, we did go to a conference for Forever.
We
Make
don't
It
say what it is.
It doesn't matter.
It
Who
doesn't
cares?
matter, I guess. Okay,
Make
you're
It
right.
Forever. It's a
Okay, it's a-
professional brand or whatever.
Makeup or something. Back in the
And-
olden days.
There was a
A few.
buttload, which is not that much, I suppose. A large number of gay men behind the counters.
They were
and-
professional makeup artists for Kim Kardashian,
Yes.
all the
Well, I didn't
celebrity.
know that at the
Oh yeah,
time.
I did. These were like they have like followings, millions of people. People go to conferences for them. These are high level gays. These are not low tier poor gays. These are the elites gay men, like
but-
the most beautiful gay men.
Mhm.
Well,
Ever.
they did like me a lot.
They
and,
loved you.
And
Be
I,
honest.
no, they did.
And
love me.
he kind of changed his
Yes.
voice just a hair so that they felt like there
No,
was a
I did not
chance.
change my voice.
Yes, he did.
I think that's what got them to do it more.
Slay queen.
I didn't change my voice. And I was also invited to Redken. So Redken.
We don't need to go into all your history.
Anyway, they took us on a boat, and I
he was
got
a yacht boy.
additional-
Tell him about how you were a yacht boy, honey.
Wait, which time?
Oh my God.
The
Is
Redken.
this story going to end with you could have fucked the Kardashians, but they thought you were gay? Like you
Unfortunately,
blocked yourself
not.
with your voice.
No, unfortunately not. Yeah, I didn't get in that position yet. I mean, I did not get in that position.
What position are you getting in?
But were you hit
um,
on by 50 cents?
No, he was nice.
He was
to
nice
me.
to you. That's the
He
same
lost all. He
How
lost,
nice
like,
was he,
He
Steve?
lost.
thing. He
all
was
of his-
so nice.
No, he was nice, but he did lose all
Like,
his money.
in what way was he nice?
He
What?
was in every way you
I
could
didn't have that
imagine.
much interaction with him.
Did he
but I do
buy you
know
some
that he lost
gifts?
everything.
What?
What?
Did he buy you some gifts?
No.
Did anybody ever try to buy you something?
They gave us money to go get drinks for them in the crowd. Yeah.
Okay, but
you
like
were a drink
$50 to get a
bitch.
drink.
He was a drink bitch.
he worked for like a high-end catering company for the stars, like the celebrity caterers that they do all like, the white parties and the skanky parties. They have
Yeah.
like the Playboy
So you were at a
parties.
puberty party.
He was a party favor.
Oh
Uh,
my.
He was the baby oil guy.
He was there.
Here we
It's
go.
not
He used
There
to
you
wipe
go.
down the
One of those
loads.
parties.
Stevie boy.
Well, I don't know what was going on behind doors. I don't.
Steve,
Wow.
Kat just knows that Steve came home and he goes, I need a shower right now.
No,
I need to get all the
this was before
herpes
her.
off me.
He walks in, he's just in the fetal position crying.
Oh.
Oh, God. Just
Poor
comes home
Steve.
smelling a
Do
fish.
they always pick on you when you come on the show, Steve? Or are you just the easy target, or how's this work?
I'm an easy target.
Okay.
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
usually
we're not-
me, and
we're not
then he
picking on you.
comes. Yeah, it's usually me.
Hmm. That's fair.
But that's only because Kat deserves it, though.
Wow.
But with my colored history,
What?
and I'm white, so I can have a colored history.
We do say that
Oh
we
my
will
god.
It's so embarrassing. This is like a white people joke. I don't get it.
It is.
Okay. Wow.
It's okay, Kat. You're well protected.
Tarek knows. We do say we'll stop bullying Kat when she stops just
Bullying Steve.
being so
When
racist
she stops
and
making
anti-Semitic.
songs.
No, she should never
She needs
stop
to stop
making
making
songs.
all
No,
the Jew
Steven
jokes.
loves the songs. He's my number
Aw.
one fan.
Oh,
Like
Tell them.
scraping,
Tell them.
I'm scraping away. Like, what the hell is he talking about? Burn it down. Insurance companies are going to eat this up. We shouldn't publish this.
Yeah, it was like like I did one song like I'm too hot for this shit. Why am I scrubbing this? And then you play it when he's like doing the drywall and stuff. It's like, oh, I studied, I went to school for so long and why am I doing like manual labor? I'm supposed to be using my mind, not my hands.
It's true.
Like, Lord, why'd you make me this sexy if you're gonna make me work this hard?
oh my God.
This is true. I
Mhm.
can't argue with this.
So,
yeah.
are like people who do laborious work, are they ugly?
Wow. No, but he's particularly good looking.
No, there are ugly workers, but there are very attractive workers.
The painter that we had when we first did our
Mhm.
house, he was very attractive. My mom was like
Yeah,
looking
you
out the
liked him a
window.
lot.
Yeah, we both were just
I
like,
asked him to come back again.
yeah, and then he got so freaking overweight, and my mom was like, "What?"
Yeah,
Fire
that was very disappointing. But he swung back around. He lost.
He
his
did?
weight.
He did?
Yeah, he did.
Good for him.
Lost the weight again.
Good for him. That was terrible.
But his wife dropped him off, so his wife is a little bit more in control of what's going on.
That's good.
Like just like women who control what shorts their husband wear.
Well, we try.
Yeah.
Doesn't always work.
Well,
but,
Who wears
some
short
help on occasion.
shorts? Steve wears short shorts.
If I wear shorts in public, you need to wear sunglasses.
Oh wow, are you that white?
Yeah, I'm that white.
it's
Good thing she's got like a red colored light over there. It kind of actually gives you a little pink color to your
Well,
skin.
he's
have-
got color like
I
up
have
here.
a little bit of color in my arms because I'm
Yeah.
in the sun, but my legs do not get any sun at all.
Okay, so let's look at the male 4B movement. Do we think that is going to take off?
Wait, there's a
or-
male 4B movement too?
I mean, it doesn't have any traction, but
I thought it was MGTOW.
just
Like
got
that was
friction.
the 4B.
Yeah. Is there a
it's
different one?
men's rights. They're trying to take it off. They're trying to like make this become something that they're hoping and they're praying something happens with this. Anyways, this is their demands for the men's.
I'm so
movement.
sick of people giving me demands.
Okay.
Go down on me.
What are you talking about, Steven?
Oh my god! I was referring to last night. Mr. Million Bachelor gave me a whole list of demands that I had to read off at the beginning of the show in order to interview him. I've never laughed so hard in my life.
Okay, so we have some demands here. Teriak, why don't you read them?
Hurting feminism by doing nothing. Number 1, don't help women. Number 2, don't fix things for women. Number 3, don't support women's issues. Number 4, don't come in women.
What?
Don't come to
No!
women's defense. Number 5, don't speak for women. Number 6, don't value women's feelings. Number 7, don't portray women as victims. Number 8, don't protect women. Why is there a 2?
You gotta look
Women
down
squared?
at the bottom. It's
I don't know.
it's down at the bottom. So that's like having an asterisk. So the number 1 where it says don't come to women's defense, number 1 refers to the first one at the bottom. It says don't even no maybe
Not all women
For
are like that.
example-
Don't say
Yeah.
not all women are like that.
For example,
Right.
from criticism or insults.
And then don't protect them
too.
from criticism and insults. So they're trying to say not from physical
Right.
violence, from insults and criticism.
This is stupid.
I know.
But this is
But-
MGTOW.
Way too many fucking things to remember.
They need to go back in their basement, stay with their parents. It's fine. Don't procreate. We don't need that. It's fine. Just go away.
I think you do a lot more damage if you do a lot more damage, I think, if you just ignore all of this shit and instead just have one little rule. Whenever women asks you, like, do I look good in this or does this make me look fat? Just be like, yeah, it does. Makes you look fat.
Does this make my butt look big?
No. Okay.
No, all of
What?
them fat
Damon,
makes your
Damon,
butt look
Damon.
big.
Oh no.
That's
You've
like-
never shot, Damon. Have you ever shopped with someone that you're in a relationship with? I'm just.
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, okay. So when
What do
you
you
were when you were in that relationship, and you're paying for things, right? Were you
Yeah.
at this time? Okay. So when she would like
you better not be talking
no.
about me.
Carry on,
when
Steve.
when she would go try on something, you knew kind of how much it would cost.
Oh, so you told me it was fat, so you didn't have to pay for it?
I never used the word fat. You don't use the word
You
fat.
said
If you
it-
don't want to buy the thing,
Wow.
you point out
This is
the
guy
things
game.
You point out the things you don't like about that clothing item. You never ever say the F word or the PH word.
What's pH?
Fat.
Fat.
The F word or the PH word.
God.
Or overweight or whatever. You never ever say that. You just point
You
out.
have told me I look fat
Nope.
before.
No, what? It was a slip
Oh,
of the
you might
tongue.
burn
It
for
was
that
not-
one.
It was not between your legs. It was a slip.
Whoa,
of the
whoa,
tongue.
whoa, 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 whoa.
So you're not allowed to say the fat. You're not allowed to say, "Oh, you look
Yeah,
fat."
you just point out things like, oh, that color doesn't good with your skin, or those stripes.
You've never said any nice
don't- no,
way
no.
like that. You've always like
No.
makes you look fat.
No, I
It
never.
doesn't
said,
look
no,
classy.
No, I
Makes
don't.
your butt look
Doesn't
even bigger
classy,
than it
doesn't
is.
look classy. That's fine.
So how can you say it? That makes you look like you have a bubbly personality.
Or that doesn't look good on you, or I wouldn't wear that for you.
You wouldn't wear that. That's a great one to say if you want me to question you.
Then she could like call you on. Okay, you wear this. You try it on. You show her
Okay.
like,
Okay.
look,
look
I
like-
wouldn't wear
That
this.
makes you look like you have a really nice personality.
That makes your
I
personality.
feel like
look-
this is a like marriage counseling stream, and these are your 3 counselors.
Yep.
It's more than marriage. It's because what happens before marriage. Dating.
Sex.
Sometimes, not always.
Steve, maybe you need a bigger size. That's a good way to start a fight.
No, never say that. No. Are you sure that size is right for you?
I think this looks
She
too small.
knows.
You look
No.
like you can't breathe.
Like,
Okay.
You have told me. Can you
fundamentally,
sit
though.
down in that? You've told
Well,
me
well,
that.
no, actually, okay. I learned this in Taiwan. Do you remember in Taiwan?
Yeah.
And I did not know this at all with skirts.
Mhm.
Okay, I did not. I'm completely
Go
blind.
on, just get to. Yeah.
So you tried on a schoolgirl skirt.
Which by the way, they're in college wearing these skirts, so it's not like an
Okay.
infant.
Yeah, but you're in
She-
an old people's home.
But-
You
but-
shouldn't
Shut
be
up!
wearing-
Yeah.
But wait, she has a butt. Is it a good butt? It's not, it's not like, oh, fat ass. No. She has a butt. It's a good butt. Her sacrum tilts outward. It's good. It's like never
Everybody
gonna go
needs
away.
to know about my sacrum, Stephen.
The
Well, but
sacrum is the
because
most
you can have a
important
butt,
part of
no,
it being a butt.
You can have a sacrum that goes like this, and the butt comes out. It's not going to stay there forever. It's going to go flat. It's going to go literally flat. Anyway,
Okay.
doesn't matter.
Wow.
So she
Love it.
she tried on the skirt, and I was like, huh. Can you pick that up off the floor and let's see what happens? She picked it up and everything was shown to the world.
Yeah.
So I said, I don't think you should wear that.
Well, okay, this is the thing. In Asia, I did not know this, but when they're cutting the fabric, they just cut it straight across. So here we have like we leave some extra fabric in the back for like the little pooch of the booty. And over there, no, it's straight across.
Because they don't have butts.
Exactly. 'Cause the front and back is all the same. You could spin it around.
There's another piece to it. So do you remember buying underwear?
Yes, I could not wear underwear in Asia.
Because apparently it's in a different position.
Yeah. It's a whole thing. It's a
It's
whole
sideways.
process. It's sideways. It is sideways. I didn't know what they meant by saying like it's sideways, but when you got the underwear, you're like, wait a minute. This is wrong. This is not how it's supposed. So, whatever. It is what it is.
So fundamentally, what we're talking about here is that it's like guys just need to be truthful.
Just
Truth
be
shall set you free.
autistically honest.
Exactly.
No.
Yes,
No.
I think you should be autistically honest.
No.
Why?
Terrible idea.
Why?
Because some
Because you
people
wouldn't be
can't
with
handle
him
the
if he
truth.
was.
What? What'd you say, Damon?
I said because you wouldn't be with him if he was.
But he is.
I am honest, but I'm not completely honest all the time.
So you lie.
No, it's not lying.
That's exactly what lying is.
No,
That's not
lying is
popcorn.
like saying an untruth. Not saying something is not lying.
Okay.
Lying by omission.
Steve, women call
Lie
this
by
lying by omission.
Yes. Yes.
I don't care what they call it. I'm going to mansplain you that
Oh, God.
this is not. You shouldn't be
Okay.
completely honest about what is going on in your head. You should. Okay. On
Whoa, whoa,
most
whoa, whoa,
things,
whoa. What's in your head? What's in your head?
sometimes you want to, find certain CEO of a.
No, we're not talking about wanting to kill people on the internet. So
Wait, Sarah, is this Sarah? Is this lying? Is lying by omission a thing?
Lying by omission? You mean like, you asked me? Yeah. Lying by omission is lying.
Ooh.
Like, I don't know, if you ask me a question and we get interrupted, and I know you're waiting for that answer, and I just kind of let the busyness of something, that's it. Kind of goes. It aligns with the concept of integrity. Like doing the right thing even when nobody's looking. It still falls under that line.
So
Oh,
if
God.
someone looks ugly for whatever reason. Oh no.
wait. Is it me or like a stranger?
If someone looks bad that day, especially upon waking.
You have looked at me when I have woken up and said,
when you don't tell them, you look swollen today, I don't think you should go out.
No.
That's lying by omission.
No, you have actually gone.
So I should tell her, excuse me, honey, wake up.
Okay, but what about
Don't
lying
be
to make
around-
somebody
don't go
feel
out
better?
today.
Don't be around decent people looking like that today.
What about lying to protect somebody's feelings? Okay,
Yes, you
I
should
said
do that.
to make them feel
Well,
better.
what if you cheated on
That's
them
fine.
and you want to protect their feelings?
No, okay.
Yes.
What about this? Okay, I'll give you the caveat. You're lying to protect somebody's feelings without it protecting you.
Yes.
So
So
it's not
it has to
hide your
hurt
own-
you.
Not
I
to
mean,
hide
if you're,
your own.
you can choose. If you're lying, not necessarily lying, but if you're just choosing not to tell somebody a harmful truth, right? Like if Steve asks me and says, Sarah, do you think my hair looks nice? Right. And it's like, if I don't have a nice answer, I'm going to say something a little more indifferent to it, like, oh, that's a really interesting color you have. Oh, I don't know, something like that. I'm not going to say it's good and I'm not going to say it's bad, but I'm going to give you a thought that is a positive thought. And because honestly, my opinion doesn't matter about Steve's hair, right? Like, that's Kat's department. I don't give a shit.
I would like him to color it.
No, there you go. And then I just mentioned the color. But, I think there's some ways you can kind of work around hurting somebody's feelings and not really lying to them either. You don't want to lie to people, blatantly lie. If you're wearing an outfit and you ask me, does this make me look larger than normal? I'm going to be like, yeah, fucking makes you look fat, but if I could also avoid, depending on who the person is, I could also avoid harming their feelings and say, you know what, I don't know if this is the best style for your body frame. It doesn't seem to work around your body frame very well. I think a different cut would be better.
Mhm.
There's just different ways you can say stuff, and delivery is always key for the receiver. You have to know how they're going to receive it, not necessarily how you're going to, like, how you are wanting to deliver it.
So
I like
if they're bent over in
No,
front of you,
stop being gross.
they're going to receive it differently.
Okay,
than
that's no more talking. Okay.
Does my butt look big like this? Yes, ma'am.
from this position is
Oh
even
my
more.
Wow. Okay.
Steve wants to be a degen so bad, he just doesn't know
He
how
is.
to. He doesn't know how to. He's tried so hard.
Oh my
He's
God.
not wearing pants. I think he's doing a pretty good job.
No, that's
I'm
just a
wearing
man sitting in
trousers.
his. That's just a man sitting in his own home. That's allowed.
Oh my gosh. So, so this is a clip of a dude. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but he's basically complaining about society. And I would like you guys to comment on what you think.
You gonna play the sound?
I'm going to play the sound for this one
Okay,
because
thank
I actually haven't seen it, but it was going around the internet. So,
hate it only because of what I've recently discovered. See, as of recently, I've been able to finally control my urges, my desires, my cravings for lust that have controlled me. Literally, they've controlled me over the last decade plus, right? I was a dude growing up. I didn't have much success with women. I was really antisocial. My dad passed away at a very young age, and I closed off from the world in my teenage years. I dove really deep into weed and video games, and my first girl left me for another dude when I was 24. So in my mid-20s, about 10 years ago, I was at rock bottom socially, didn't have much of a dating life, and I didn't know how to go out and attract a quality partner. And so being in that position, all I really did, honestly, was smoke weed, watch porn, masturbate. And that was really what my sex life and dating life looked like for quite some time. Even when I was in that first relationship, right? I was hyper fixated on porn and masturbation since I was like 12 to even in my 20s. So that's already like 13 years of doing it. And then really from there up until 30. So honestly, guys, 20 years, the majority of my life has been spent with porn and masturbation and increasing the use of weed, drugs, alcohol, all this other shit, right? So I've been very conditioned to these concepts, right? And it's not just because of porn. This is not just about no-fap and porn. I'm talking about society as a whole, right? You go on social media, you see a bunch of girls fucking twerking. Every other meme page is just ass. You walk around, a lot of girls are just showing ass. A lot of women. You go to the gym, all these girls are showing ass. Like it's at the gym even. It's everywhere, right? You watch movies, clickbait, YouTube. It's everywhere. You literally cannot get away from it, honestly. And if you're already a slave to these urges, you could see why that could literally control your entire life. And what I want to explain to you guys in this video really is like, as of recently, I've overcome a lot of these things, but it was because of a couple different pivotal moments that I did. It wasn't just like one day I flipped the switch and then.
all right. So he's probably going to talk some more about some garbage. But what do you think about what he's saying, that society is too hyper sexualized and it's ruining dudes' like brains and focus and their motivation, how they see women, like everything is kind of toppling over because women's sexualities have gone rampant?
Well, I also think that comes up into like the way you were raised too. So for instance, if you were raised in a household where nobody cusses, people are polite, they talk to each other kindly, you're not dropping the F-bomb every 2 minutes, then when they do hear that out in the real world, it's like, oof, like what is that, you know? Whereas if you grow up in a household as like fuck you, blah 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 blah, all the, you know, whatever's left and right, like when you go out into society and you hear it, you just feel right at home. So I think kind of what he's referring to, or maybe experience, is like he grew up with so much stuff, like access to too many items, that now it just feels like that's all, you know, it's just either or the opposite. Either maybe he didn't grow up around that, so now seeing that everywhere, he's confused. Like it's like, where is all this coming from, you know? So I don't know. I think it could go both ways.
What do you think, Karen?
I
Okay,
kind of agree. I agree with that. I think with him, I just get the vibe. First of all, wow, dude's brave, walking in public talking about how he's been masturbating for over half his life. But the thing is that there's this thing. If he's been addicted to this, if he's addicted to porn and he's kind of fighting that addiction and he's gotten over it now, apparently, it's kind of like when you see somebody who had an eating disorder, who's obese, and then they go on a diet and they get super healthy, right? And now they call out every time they see somebody having like a bagel or a fucking donut or something. And it's like, no, this person doesn't have a food addiction. This person's just having a treat, and it's okay because they're doing it in moderation. They're fine. I think that this guy was so addicted to porn that now he's just seeing everything. He's seeing everything like
everything becomes a hole at that point.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Oh my god, have you seen that movie with like the food? It's like all hypersexualized food.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Oh god, I forget the name of it, but yeah.
Sausage party?
With the
Sausage
massive
party.
orgy at the end.
Sausage party.
No, but it's true. I mean, I
That's
think
why we
that those
beach.
people are the worst. Like, just because you've got a problem, now that you've gotten over the problem, you're like over policing everybody else. It's like, yes, there is like a lot of stuff is sexualized today, but the thing is that most of us aren't like disturbed individuals, and like we can resist the urge. Because if everybody started thinking like this guy, like pretty soon you're just going to have Sharia law. You're going to have, oh, women need to
Yeah.
cover up because we can't control ourselves. Like, you need to hide yourself. You need to hide everything. It's like till the point where like you can't even show fucking ankle. Who gets turned on by seeing a bit of ankle? Honestly.
People get turned on by
Well,
toes.
Habibi, have you ever seen a very
Yeah,
sexy
It's,
ankle?
it's
Like,
more than Sharia. It's
If you
also ultra-Orthodox Jewish society. If they show wrist or ankle, and yeah, that's being very provocative. If you show a little bit of a hair underneath the wig, ooh, oh my gosh,
But I
you are
don't think the problem is with women dressing up sexy. I don't think the sexualization of women is the issue. I think the issue is the commodification of that. When you start, there's nothing wrong with a girl dressing up nice. If she wants to get fillers, fine. I think it's stupid. But if they want to do it, if it makes them feel better, fine. I think the problem is when you start selling yourself. That's the problem. Okay. The
yeah, but
problem
like,
isn't women walking
Because
down
they're
the
all
street wearing top
whores.
hats.
It's
Yes.
OnlyFans.
like it's spectrum, okay? Like there's one side of it which is like Sharia law, every single bitch needs to be in a burqa and all that kind of shit, and then there's this other side of the spectrum where it's like, you know, ball sacks are the new ball sacks in the bathroom kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like there needs to be like a certain kind of degree where it's basically not like we're kind of saying there, where it's like you show a wrist or an ankle and then all of a sudden it's you know, Abdul get the rocks kind of thing. You know what I mean? On the flip side to it as well, like I think like there is that kind of point that he did bring up in the video where it's like, you know, like you don't want this shit to be controlling your life, because if all you're doing is just think about women, all that kind of shit, and this kind of speaks more so to the male experience. But it's like there's tons of guys out there that like they're living paycheck to paycheck because they're blowing all their money on these bitches. We brought up the example of the OnlyFans chick that got like, you know, 4 or 5 million off one dude, and then like I said, like, why are you wasting money on like a bitch that's not even yours? You know what I mean? It's like this whole kind of aspect of like I gave the example of like if you were to put into Bitcoin when it like topped at 20K during that bull run, even though that's the worst time to have possibly invested, you still would be 5 times your money now. He'd have $20 million in his account rather than just like being negative 4 million. You know what I mean? Because he just spent it at some random woman. You know what I mean? On the internet. So there is that whole kind of like aspect where it's like, and that's why I was kind of saying in one of the other streams where it's like men need to think about their money as investments and all that, and then like build yourself up before you start like just throwing away your what is basically your life, chasing
Tarek,
like random
with what
time.
you said there, though, what do you think? How do you think that it should be managed? Because when you said like you shouldn't let it control your life, I agree, you shouldn't let it control your life. But I don't think the solution is for us to make rules and say that you shouldn't be allowed to do this, you shouldn't be allowed to do that, unless it's going to be to prevent what is essentially basically like prostitution, like women selling themselves. That I think is an issue. I think like this is why what I disagree with OnlyFans about. It's like you're profiteering off of something that I think that's damaging to the women that do it just as much as it is damaging to the men that are spending money on it.
But yeah, I mean, like a whole aspect of that is that it's like you don't necessarily need to make a rule. You just need to be able to point out the lack of value that men get from this, and the women too. Where it's like, for example, you point out to the women, like if you sell yourself, like even if you're not an OnlyFans chick, if you try to like sell your sexuality, like like you're wearing like these yoga pants to the gym and all this kind of shit, where it's like everyone can see your fucking like the outline of your pussy essentially. How do you know that the guy that comes up and shows interest in you is actually interested in you and not just your curves or whatever? Because by the time comes for us all, do you know what I mean? Your looks will not last a lifetime. And then same thing for the guy. Point out this dude wasted 4 or 5 million on this chick when he could literally have 20 million in the bank account or in the Bitcoin just by investing it rather than just wasting it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's
So then why are men pedestalizing the vajayjay?
Because we
Why?
want to get
because
back
it's
inside of
fucking
it.
awesome.
Okay, stop it.
But why?
Well,
Like
there is.
why? And it's it's a serious question. Like if they're so willing to pay dollars upon dollars for it, why? Why? I mean, is that their like? Is that their sole purpose at that point, or is it because they have a lack of purpose?
Well, there's a big portion of your life as a guy where that is biologically, that's where you're being driven to. Like you've got an urge, and it's a crazy fucking urge. It is. And some people, especially in today's world, Kat loves to talk about all the shit they put in food and everything else, and how people are going crazy and like their hormones are all out of whack. But you do see it. You do see that there's people who are acting fucking nuts. There's more and more and more people with ADHD. There's more and more people who can't control their urges normally, who are more aggressive, or like, and it's radical shifts of where they are on this spectrum. Some people have got zero drive and they're practically feminized men, but other people are completely hyper. So I think that you do see nowadays that people are just going crazy when it comes to that kind of shit, and you have more and more and more and more of this material out there that's readily available, that's putting guys into that frame of mind of being obsessed with sex. Because I mean, literally the internet, everything's at your fingertips now, right? So I think that that's partly it. I think the internet is partly to blame. I think the fact that there is such easy access to it, the fact that it can't be policed, right? Before parents could check on what their kids are doing. Nowadays, you can't, because you take the computer away. What are you going to do? You're going to take their phone away as well. It's like the minute they leave the house, you want them to have the phone so that you can reach them. Now they have access to it, right? So
Well, I mean,
I think it is. Sorry, go ahead.
like this is why I keep saying like everybody needs to watch the film Some Kind of Wonderful, because in that film there's a lot of kind of like truths that you can extract from it. Because for example, like the porn is free. You know what I mean? Because if it was all just about the pussy and all the stuff, it would just be the porn. You wouldn't see this immersion at the OnlyFans. What's the difference between Pornhub and OnlyFans is because it's like, oh, that woman that everybody wants is giving me the attention, even though it's probably like some Indian like that's actually responding to you with the messages and all that stuff. But it's that whole kind of aspect of like that, oh, I have that kind of personal relationship with that porn star or whatever kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So it's like that whole kind of vibe of like the most popular girl in school is giving me the attention. But guys need to realize like that's not what you want, because first of all, those bitches are crazy anyway. But you need to make sure that you want a woman like Steve was saying. So you want to basically marry your best friend. You know what I mean?
Wait,
And that's not going to be the sexiest girl at school or whatever.
Whoa.
But as you see, it's like
Go on.
debatable. But it's one of those things that it's like it's not just like just the sexual urges and all that kind of stuff. That does play a part to what Dane was saying in terms of. But like the whole kind of like aspect of the porn culture that we find ourselves in, that is what's like draining a lot of the testosterone. Like there's a reason why it's like you see the testosterone rates plummeting. Like it's because dudes are whacking off every hour kind of thing. You know?
I think sexualization and things like this have been going on for millennia.
It was really hard back in the day. You had to tell them how hard it was for you to find porn.
Let's go back to the era of the baths in
No, we're not going. We weren't
in
there.
Italy. So no, but they had rampant sexual activity at that time in Rome.
So
it's not. This is nothing new. It's just that we're dealing with something. Okay, yes, it is.
It goes in cycles.
It goes in cycles. It is worse. So we see what happened in Russia, right? You talked about like the women were becoming promiscuous and the men.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Let me tell that. Okay, so the women in Russia.
Fuck it up.
it was kind of like they had like their, I guess, feminism, whatever movement over there in Russia. And then there was like a lot of, there was poverty and stuff after that. And then the women became prostitutes, and it was considered the highest goal for a female to become a prostitute, to become whatever. And they didn't want to become mothers. They didn't want to have families. They just wanted their money, and they just wanted to do that, which was easy way out. And so the men were the majority, got no women, and then the other men took a life of crime so they can get a lot of money, and they could afford to get like the prostitutes or whatever, right? So like families were just like a very tiny percentage, and it wasn't until that the small percentage of women and men that were having children, and it became so dangerous because of the crime and the open sexuality, whatever, that it became so dangerous for the children that those women attacked the other women, and then the men joined, and then that got toned down. And I don't know like how they did that. Maybe some violence. I don't know. I didn't look that hard into it. Was there?
No, it doesn't matter. So in the end, they become religious.
Yeah. So in the end, it pushed them all over to being hyper religious. And I think we're kind of like we're like kind of teasing that over here, like, which is weird because I don't feel like it was. I feel like when I was a kid, there was some areas in the country that were hyper religious, but none of the cities were religious at all.
But you always tend to see that overcorrection.
Yeah.
There's always going to be that response. Isn't going to be a measured response. It's always going to be a massive overcorrection.
But what I was saying is that we've gone through times of hypersexuality, and then it swings back and forth.
Yeah, we just can't be in the middle.
I don't think this is anything new. It's not to human society, though. I do think that is more pathological in that it's more
too much
access. The access is, you don't have a Roman bath to get access.
You don't have to go to a prostitute.
You don't have to go to an art gallery to get your porn. You don't have to open up the newspaper to get your porn, because that also happened too. You don't have to get card decks, because they had card decks of naked women in the 1800s.
How do you know all this? Is this how you used to do it when you were a kid?
Well, I think I had a research project where I was. Anyway, so there is different access to porn. There's always been access to porn, whether it's art, usually art, and then you could say photography is art. Now it's much more access. And
Too much.
It is possible that it'll swing back the other way. We could become the Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, that's fun.
That's a scary thought.
It is a scary thought.
I would like just like a hair before that, if we can do
a hair before that. Is a hair is a bald head after that.
I would like. I do like the organic food part that they were enforcing. Like there was no like chemicals in the food. They went hardcore.
It always comes back to food.
What is it you don't like about the person who is an indentured baby maker, and while the husband is sitting there cucked in the corner and getting plowed by
the wife. The wife was cucked.
Yeah, no.
What are you talking about?
The wife was. Oh, right. You're right. The wife was cucked.
The wife was cucked.
And the dude was plowing.
Yes.
Other. Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, the wife was cucked.
Mm-hmm.
No, we could do that.
No, we're not going to do that. No. We're going to just go. We're just going to stop at the organic food.
Because we are going through a world in which we have all of these things that are leading up to infertility. We have certain.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make some sort of baby making incentives.
There were recent
for
medical
women
interventions
to not be whores.
that have been shown to cause infertility. There are a whole bunch of other ones that have actually done that. We've got microplastics that
Yes,
seem to
we
be
know.
showing up in testes and ovaries. We've got
Yeah, a lot. but-
BPA, BPS. You know, there's the letter people after the BP, like BPS, BPA, BP,
Okay.
whatever.
PK. Okay, you're done.
And our environment and society is basically running us into the ground as far as fertility is concerned.
Okay, so should we want to have less sexuality in the world and make it a little bit more religious? Or are we gonna, if we do religion, is that gonna be a Handmaid's Tale guaranteed, hyper religious, throw all the skanks in fertility camps or something? I don't know. Like, can we do it just a little bit?
In order to basically take over, the men would have to be on board, right? Like they would have to be able to kind of enforce this against women, and they'd have to be in agreement, which means all of those raging simps would have to find some kind of higher purpose in order to be willing to do that. And that's what I was kind of saying was the problem earlier, is they don't have a purpose or a drive or a motivation, because if they did, they wouldn't be sitting around all day and night worried about some weird ass halfway relationship with somebody on the internet like that. Like they wouldn't be so concerned with that. They wouldn't be hyper fixated on it. You know, if you have a greater purpose, the last thing you're worried about is a relationship alone. Or are they so busy with their lives, this is the kind of like the only outlet? I don't know. But you'd have to be willing, the men would have to be willing to take over and enforce this concept to even get us towards the Handmaid's Tale style of things. And I don't know if that would even be, men would have to be angry enough.
Teriak.
I think it would have to be
It
both.
sounds like it sounds like Tamar. It sounds like Tamar is describing. I mean, okay, Sarah, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you think that the guys that you described would have to either be feminist allies or some kind of guys that are trying to push some radical religious ideology?
In order to take over?
No, in order to enforce things the way you described.
In order to like enforce a Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah.
I don't know, feminist allies. I don't know if they I think that would be opposite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, because in the sense that you said protecting women.
No, I'm saying in order to enforce it, in order for if the United States were to want to go into a Handmaid's Tale style of things, we'd have to have men who are willing to enforce that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I see you're going in the other direction, right? In order to fight back. But I think first you'd have to have men willing to want to enforce that against women. For instance, if they came out and said, OnlyFans needs to go, you'd have to have a lot of men who would be willing to give that up. And I don't know if that would be, you know what I mean? Like in order to enforce it, you'd have to have a mass, majority agreement or a way to enforce it. And what are the numbers of the OF watchers? What are the numbers? Are they pretty high? I'm guessing it's got to be in the millions, right? So, and you're talking anywhere from, I'm presuming the younger gentlemen that might not be 18 and older probably have some kind of access to it, but I'd say definitely, across the board of ages, I'd say there's probably a very large majority of men who are finding their way to the OnlyFans accounts and have some type of sympathetic relationship to it, to where they wouldn't necessarily want to enforce something like that because they utilize it, right? If like there's no incentive to want to get rid of it if they're using it. Like why would you take away a toy from a toddler and see what happens?
Mm.
True. And I think like if we're talking about like solutions, like the whole kind of aspect, it's like Dane's saying, it's like basically we have like the sim culture, all that kind of stuff, like the male feminist allies or whatever the fuck they call themselves. Like and that's basically what a lot of this is, like what's pushing a lot of this, like enabling like bad choices, like taking away consequences from bad choices, stuff like that. But like you do see, like for example, like the rise of Islam across Europe. Like that is kind of like that higher purpose that like you were kind of talking about, like that, like that's basically what Islam preaches. Like you do this for God, and like this whole kind of predestined. So it's I think like this verse in the Quran that's like basically if a man beats his wife, it's like he was going to beat his wife anyway. He doesn't really have the free will to choose because it's God's will. All this kind of shit. There's a lot of crazy shit in basically what like that's it's essentially a death cult in many ways. So like there is that kind of like extremist views that like will kind of like push for like that kind of like takeover and things like that as well. But the actual solutions, like I genuinely think that a lot of this, like the market will kind of mend itself or dictate in terms of like the stuff going forward. Like for example, like you are going to have these simps and these idiots that are going to waste $4 or $5 million on these chicks. But there will be the smart guys that like will, rather than waste the money, they're going to invest it. They're going to build their wealth. And just even like we're kind of the example there where it's like the promiscuous women, all that. If you see a promiscuous woman out in public, like why would you bother going for it? Because if she has her tits and her ass out, it's like you should be able to recognize that as a guy, that it's like, okay, this woman, like she thrives off attention. It's attention seeking behavior kind of thing. So why would I waste time on that? Like you kind of look at it the same way in terms of the investments. Like she wants everyone to be looking at her in the room. Why would I want to put up with all that hassle and all the shit? I'd rather go for the modest woman, the modest chick. And like the whole thing is like, oh, but like there's none of those chicks at clubs. Like, yeah, no shit, because the modest woman ain't going to be going to the club, so the whole club's looking at her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I
think eventually the weakest links are going to be gone soon enough. They're kind of weeding themselves out. They're not repopulating, procreating, so on and so forth. And I think inevitably we will eventually swing the other way, because all of these women who are like very, feminist to that degree, or are okay with this kind of stuff. There's, a lot of them are choosing not to have kids because they don't want kids, right? So inevitably that logic stops there. Even with the guys that are watching the OF girls, same concept. If they're too busy, jerking it to a screen, they're not busy having families and making babies, because they're finding they're settling their appetite with the girl on the screen. So if you don't have an appetite, you're not going to go find the full meal, right? The wife and kids, right? I can settle my appetite with an appetizer on the screen. So there's no purpose. Again, coming back to that, there's no purpose. And so they're not hungry for it. They're not going to go get it. Therefore, they're not going to procreate. I'm not saying that's going to work in mass to where like millions of men are no longer procreating that are watching OF girls or whatever. And not to say that all of the, OF girls are not going to procreate, but you're going to start tapping into another center of it where it might make a dent, might make a difference.
And some girls are really, really hungry. So they just like the really eat a lot.
You want the Handmaid's Tale purely because you want food. Like that just kind of speaks for itself.
Yes, it's all about
I'd
food.
throw all of you under the bus for some organic food around here.
Well, like this is what I mean. Like when I say like the market is going to provide solutions and all stuff, it's like there's a reason why Andrew Tate got as big as he did. There's a reason why Fresh and Fit and all that like are getting as big as they do, because they do preach a lot of the stuff of like the was it like not heritage but legacy, like preaching this thing of like building a family, having kids, all this kind of stuff. That message will win out because like we're saying, Sarah, it's
they're not really role models of that.
Those two guys, they need to be family.
Yeah,
they've got.
No, what I'm saying is in terms of like they don't have the 100% solution. You know what I mean? They still preach you gotta have 50 bodies, all this kind of shit. All that stuff like will fall out. But what it's doing is it's pushing at least some of the messages of like building your wealth, the what you call it, like becoming fit and healthy, because again, like the 75% that are either obese or overweight in America, and that's not just America as well. Like it's the same in Canada, across the West. You find the same statistics. It might not be 75, might be 68% or whatever, but it's still that kind of trend where it's like 7 out of 10 people are overweight or obese. Whereas if you're just like a lean, fit, healthy dude, you're already better than 70, 80% of the population. And that's just one aspect. It's obviously still the financial, all that kind of stuff. But a lot of the message that they're preaching in terms of that, not everything, you know what I mean? Like it does kind of talk about legacy, it does talk about finances, it does talk about health in terms of that degree. There are other aspects, like we're saying, like the 50 bodies and all that kind of shit. That stuff won't win out. But when you come to the, like what Sarah was saying there, like these genetic dead ends where it's like, oh, I want to go poly or whatever the fuck, like that stuff will, like it's like genetic dead ends for a reason. You know what I mean? Like that stuff will eventually cease. And then from what I'm saying as well, like the message of like being able to show the value of building your wealth, being able to show the value of having a legacy, having kids, being able to kind of like just break down this whole thing of like, this dude spent like 5 million on this one chick in OnlyFans. He got nothing back in return. But if you had thrown that into Bitcoin at like one of the worst opportunities to invest, let's say the top of a bull run, he still would be like 20 million in the bank account, like in today's thing. And it's just and if you look at Bitcoin, it's constantly been increasing. It's never been a thing of like the previous high has ever been reduced, or it goes down below in one of the previous all-time highs. So it's one of these things where it's like when you're able to kind of logically take men through that kind of aspect of like showing the value of building wealth, showing the value of like how these OnlyFans chick like basically like drain dudes' bank accounts, how promiscuous women are basically doing the same thing, they're just not advertising it online. Then guys, because they are logic, or most guys anyway, like be able to see logic. You start to kind of like see, even with like Andrew Wilson, all this stuff, like there's a reason why he emerged through this as well, because like guys are starving for this message of having like these patriarchal figures. They're able to kind of sit them down and walk them through the logic of, you wasted fucking thousands of dollars or pounds, whatever, on these chicks, and you got nothing back in return. Where's the logic in that? There is no logic. You're just throwing away your future money for your family.
I have a little bit of a theory.
Oh no.
Maybe.
Is it inappropriate?
It is.
I want to hear the theory.
Maybe. Okay, so we have population decline that is coming up, right? And we have fertility issues that are coming up due to, laundry list of things. Maybe polyamory could save a little bit
of the worst types of people.
The worst types of people, putting them in.
This is why Idiocracy is a movie.
Yes.
The dumb people kept
breeding.
The dumb people kept breeding. The smart people decided to wait till they were in their 30s and were financially stable.
Yeah, and that is your fault directly.
And that's why I said that we should have just let them all
You're the
abort
one who's
each
like,
other.
I gotta get my money right.
Well, I mean, I don't think it would be a good idea for me to have had a child in Israel at the age of 18.
Okay, you didn't meet me yet, so obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I think the problem today, though, is that, I mean, this is being enforced, though, this kind of like hypersexualization and the fact that you have all this OnlyFans shit, all these people just like slipping into degeneracy. That behavior is obviously being encouraged. Like, this is the first time that we've seen capitalism failing because of people putting in money into funding agendas. And if you look at entertainment industry, if you look at, the various entertainment industries that are making the most money for America right now. If you look at Hollywood and if you look at gaming, right? What do you see? You see people who are saying, screw capitalism. I'm not going to make a good product and hope that it sells well. I'm just going to take BlackRock money to make a shit product that's basically going to be an advert for them. And everything keeps pushing degeneracy and promoting degeneracy. If you look at that, because if you want to talk about what that guy in the previous video that Kat showed, what he's saying and what he's talking about, like, oh, everything's hypersexualized. If you look at the things that the younger people today are consuming, it's mainly shit on social media or films and TV or gaming. And what kind of hypersexuality do you see pushed the most on those platforms? It isn't heterosexuality, it's LGBTQ stuff. So this is what people are being pushed towards. There's a big reason why, if you went only a few generations back, anyone identifying as LGBTQ in universities was only about like 2 to 4%. And now it's upward of 35. That shit doesn't happen organically. So
No,
if
I
you're
agree
wondering
with
why there's
that.
like a big issue
Well,
with depopulation,
there's
sorry?
even like a LGBTQ channel now, right? Like a TV channel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
and
more than
like
one.
the films are pushing to have more like relation like modern what is it, modern day family, modern family, modern whatever. But like shows are being pushed more to like you have to have one black guy, one Asian
Yeah, so
girl.
those are
You
the
have to have
ESG stuff.
a gay couple, a normal couple, a divorced couple. Like you have to have one that represents each bit of society
And
where
50% of people that are working on the project, either in front of the camera or behind, need to belong to the LGBTQ or minority groups,
right.
which means that they are statistically being massively, massively, massively overrepresented.
Well, okay, so all right, a lot of this comes back to though parents controlling what their children see. If you truly don't want that shit in your house, right? You have to ensure it stays out of your house. You are the parent, you are the one that is directing, your child's narrative, for instance, or their what is okay, what's not okay, what we accept, what we don't accept, the principal concept. I think having I think that's where we're I think that's where a big piece of where society's going wrong is we're allowing these conversations to be had in school from the teachers, the principals, counselors, the little programs that they put together, instead of letting the parents own those conversations and dictate the household agenda. Right. I've had to have a lot of corrective conversations with my children about things that they're taught at school. What is she laughing at? What are you
What?
giggling? What is she laughing at? What are you reading over there?
You don't want to know.
She's going
Oh.
through X.
What?
File.
Don't say it like I'm looking at my ex. It sounds weird.
It does.
Um,
It came out that way.
but I think the parents are losing, like I've had to have a lot of corrective conversations with my children, and I don't have the capacity to homeschool, right? So I'm okay with public school. I grew up in public school and I still feel normal. But I think that parents owning the conversations with their children is probably one of the biggest features we're missing from today's society. Not enough parents are teaching their kids about drugs, about relationships, what their principles in their home about the LGBTQ community, interactions with people. So like all this stuff, all of these major things that we're allowing the schools to teach, they belong at home. Those are conversations to be had at home.
Well, that's
Um,
that's that's
Mm-hmm.
100% true. I was talking, I think it was on Cat's channel a few weeks ago, and I was also talking about it with Jake in another stream. Um, a couple of friends of mine, a close friend of mine who I used to work with, one of my cousins, and another friend at work currently, their kids going to various public schools, and one of them is even a Roman Catholic school. And the kids are between the ages of 7 and 12. And all of them were mentioning things about like being spoken to about queer sexualities, gender identities. My friend's kid, who's 7 years old, was shown a queer cartoon, right? Like, why? Why the fuck are you doing that? Right? And speaking about literally gay sexuality and what it means, like in a biological sense as well, right? Talking to a 7-year-old kid about that. Now, legally in the UK, because of my job, we had to learn about what constitutes SA and the legal side of it and child protection. We had to do that in my job. So when you study that, they talk to you about the different categories of SA with regards to children and protecting children from it and recognizing what it is. Now, under UK law, and one of my colleagues told me that this applies to American law as well. It's slightly different, but it still constitutes the same thing. If you discuss sexual concepts with a child that isn't capable of correctly understanding it, that itself is SA. So what those schools are doing is SA to minors by teaching them this shit,
Mhm.
right? Their
Yeah, I
minds
want to
aren't
know.
capable of.
I want to know why we should be teaching sexuality children at all. Whether it's is a relationship dynamic, or like whether it's the LGBTQ community, like that is a sexuality. Why are
Yeah,
we teaching kids about sexuality at all?
because it's got nothing to do with
That's
scientific
that is that,
reproduction.
right.
It's got
That has
nothing
to
to do with
do with,
biology.
like, that is for your parents to teach you and how they want to teach you, and like I don't like the fact that they're even teaching kids before middle school. Let me
Yeah,
stress, before middle school. It's fifth grade now. Fifth grade, or at
my
least
problem
where
is,
we're at. It's fucking fifth grade,
yeah,
right?
my
Like,
problem is that whenever you see parents or any kind of groups raising this, when it comes to things like school board meetings, and when it comes to anything, any kind of platform where people want to discuss how this is being taught in schools, anytime anybody says like, why the hell are you teaching this to kids, they're like, well, we need to protect children, we need to protect children, we need to protect children. And they're talking about like how you have a lot of kids who struggle with their sexuality. It's like, right, okay, nobody ever says, what are you protecting children from?
They're not
Please tell
protecting
us.
them.
By teaching this shit to kids in schools, what are you protecting children from?
A
Like,
childhood.
honestly,
No,
There's
no,
two
like,
questions.
because
they're
But
grooming them.
Yeah, it's
but
grooming.
this is the
exactly,
thing.
no,
right.
we
It's
know
not
that.
about education. There's a difference between accepting gays or whatever and then glorifying it. They want to glorify it. That's why
Yeah,
it's like, oh, we have to get them younger, and then they
that's what
indoctrinate them.
pride
That's
parades are about. What is a pride parade about other than glorifying it? It's not about pride. It's
because like,
certainly not about pride.
could you
Like, there's
imagine if
nothing.
like if the church like had their own parades and it was mandatory? Because remember, in the EU, you're not allowed to not have a pride parade. You have to have a pride parade,
Yeah,
like by
yeah,
law. So
yeah.
imagine like put that like in the context of religion. If religion was you had to have this fucking religious marches and all this kind of shit, everyone would be there fucking like this is fucking oppression, all this kind of bollocks. But when it's like these fucking weirdos, it's like, oh yeah, like we're accepting whatever. No, it's not. You're trying to glorify it, and this is why another reason why you're seeing the birth rates plummet is because you're pushing this degeneracy. When you
Well,
glorify degeneracy, your society will degenerate.
well,
You can't.
we do
Sorry.
have an Irish parade. It's called St. Patrick's Day.
That's not the same.
It is in every city.
It's by
And
force too.
it's
That's
also by force.
It
that's
is.
for
Yeah,
drunk
and fuck
people.
it. You shouldn't have to
Yeah.
be forced to do St. Paddy's Day.
We're forced to do
Are
it.
you forced to do it over there too? Is it just us?
Yeah, I just
No,
curious.
it's like I said, it's one of these things where it's like you can be accepting of, let's say, the Irish culture, but even like the St. Patrick's Day
Yeah, I don't want
parades,
to
like
be accepting of the Irish. Either.
yeah, but there's a difference between accepting and glorifying. Do you know what I mean? But even with
Yeah,
the St.
let's not
Patrick's Day thing, it's
glorify.
more so just like a stereotypes that you see.
I
It's
can
it's not
understand
genuine Irish culture.
celebrating heritage, culture, things of that nature. What I can't what I can't celebrate are men running out in the streets in dominatrix outfits and their ass cheeks hanging out and you know,
pissing on each other. That's what
pissing on
happened
each
at the last
other
one. Yeah.
and doing grotesque sexual activities in the middle of the streets. I have a problem with that. I was embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. I was with my kids up in New York, and I don't know if it was the Pride Parade. I don't know. I just know it was rainbows everywhere. And we had to, in order to get over to the Empire State Building, because we had tickets for a certain time and all this stuff. We didn't know whatever this thing was that was taking up the whole street. Like, we didn't know this was going on. And we had to cross, like, we had to interact with this parade. And I'm literally walking like this with my eyes over my hands over my kids' eyes, because I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like seriously, I'm walking down the street and there's balls in my kids' faces. This is unnerving. And I'm using a sidewalk. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
like to me it was just like the fact that I have to actually cover my kids' eyes in the public because we're celebrating men's balls being out all over the place in the middle of the street. I have a problem with this. I have a very big problem with this. You want to, I don't have anything against sexuality and all of that stuff, gay, trans, whatever, fine, do it. But I don't think we should be parading balls in the street like that. I
And then
don't.
you
Cat,
have to
Cat
explain
made
to
it.
them later because they're like, why was that man in
Okay.
a
You know
rubber
how weird
outfit
that
with just his
conversation was?
balls out? Like, they ask these questions. This is not like, if you have kids, they ask questions about everything that they've seen that is a little bit weird that shouldn't be in the world. And they ask about it. And you have to answer them honestly, as
Or
honestly
we
as you
lie.
can.
Let's be
The other
Sometimes you
thing,
lie.
the other thing that's pretty important to remember is with what Kat was saying there earlier on about not wanting to have a St. Patrick's Day parade. This is no, but you made a good point there.
Yeah, because
Because
look, this
if
is what
you
I say. It's celebrating the worst parts of the Irish.
no,
The
not even that,
drinking,
not even that. That's
food
not the issue.
coloring.
The actual issue is that the whole point of a pride parade when it first started was people fought and fought and fought to get accepted to be able to have a parade. And at first, all as it was people walking through there to kind of show solidarity and be like, look, we're
Can we
here.
have like a straight parade?
Well, no, but hang on a second. Let me just finish this point. If you consider that people actually fought to have the right to have this parade, right? And if you're one of those people who are like, look, although I don't agree with it, as long as it's got nothing to do with the kids and as long as it's you guys just showing solidarity for one another, and then the public also standing by and just accepting, look, we're going to allow this to happen just to show some tolerance for these people, right? We're not celebrating them. We're not saying that it's all good and that we agree with it, and we're not supporting it in any other way other than simply tolerating it. We're not stoning them in the streets. We're not locking them in mental asylums like it used to be done. We're not criminalizing it. We're not throwing them in jail like it used to be done. We recognize that these people are part of the community. We're going to let them have their parade and we're going to tolerate that. And that's all it was when it started. If you do that, then that shows, hey, look, we're a tolerant community. We understand there's gay people here, we tolerate them. That's it. And that is a good thing. If you're a gay person, it's a good thing to know that, right? People don't want you dead, they don't want you locked away. But if you suddenly say that by law, every town or every city or every state has to have this, you aren't telling the gay people in your community anything about the public. They don't know if they live in a place that's tolerant. They don't know if the public are on their side because it's a mandate that they have to have a pride parade. Now, what you've done there is you've made the whole point of the parade completely fucking meaningless. It has no value anymore. It's just
Yeah.
a performative thing that means nothing. And it's scary that those people don't fucking realize that.
They kind of like ruined it with like by going too far, right? It's one thing to celebrate a heritage or you know, or concept, something you're proud for, whatever. It's one thing to do that, but it's another thing to go make an ass of yourself in the middle of the street. Totally two different things. And show
Yeah.
your balls.
And this is what's going to cause the pushback. You're going to get a hard pushback because of it. And it's like, when it comes, those people aren't going to realize where it's come from. They're going to be like, what the fuck? Like, why? This is why you get those overcorrections, because when you had there was the one in California where there was literally a person with their mouth open and like 15 dudes pissing in the person's mouth. What the fuck?
Okay.
Oh
No,
God.
hey,
What,
don't say
what were
that.
you? Where were you, Damon, when this happened?
He was laying there.
Steve and I were just at a party. Yeah.
He had first person experience.
Yeah,
Dude, this happened at the Pride Parade in California, right? And in the UK, they've got the Children's Day, the Family Day, where it's child safe, apparently. And then they've got the Adult Day, which is, they say, is not child safe. What happened on the child safe day? A float went through, and you had a dude that was chained up getting fucked in the ass by another dude. And you see parents with their kids there just watching it. Like, and none of the parents cover the kids' eyes. Why? Because they don't want to look homophobic. These people are retarded.
Mm-hmm.
If a movie came on and it was heterosexual, a man and a woman doing something like that on the screen, you would still cover your kids' eyes.
Yeah. Do you know what I think the pushback needs to be? And I think people need to do this. And if there's anyone listening with the balls to do it, I beg of you, please do it in your town.
I don't want any more balls in my face.
If there is a pride parade in your town, if your town or your city or whatever has pride parades and there's floats and there's stuff like that, check to see how you can organize them, because usually with like carnival or any other parades that happen, you can go and say that you want to organize one, and you can raise some money, and you can have a float, and you can do what you want to do on that float, and that can be your areas or your group's contribution to that. Contribute to your local pride parade. Please do it. Say that you want to have a float and that you want to be in charge of doing that float. And then what you do is you get a bunch of heterosexual couples fucking on it. Please do that. That should be the pushback. This should be the protest that we
Oh my
do.
gosh. Now we need the OnlyFans, Damon.
Hijack the Pride Parade. Just say, make Pride heterosexual again.
Oh
Do
my
that.
God.
That's how you should label your float. What was that?
They can't go against it. Make pride parades heterosexual again.
Yeah.
We're talking about sexuality and accepting of all sorts, correct?
Yeah, do that. Do that. Please, guys, just go to your local go to your local area, just say like,
No, you should just have a float with like a wedding picturesque of a wedding, and a man and a woman with like a Catholic priest.
Wait, no. Better.
Oh no.
We marry people throughout the entire parade.
Straight people?
Yeah, straight people.
Okay.
Well, whatever people. Just anyone can get married.
That's defeating the purpose of what we're doing.
I know, but you know, it looks like discrimination if you want to marry certain ones. So
are we discriminating or
not? You do the Jewish wedding where they're stomping on the glass, the glass going through their foot into their shoe. And then you do the
you don't know any other.
The Church of Satan.
Do they have marriages?
I'm sure they do. And then you do the what's the next one? Roman Catholic, and then Greek Orthodox, and then you do what's the other ones? Pagan. So the Wicca ceremony.
I don't think
you do that too.
Okay.
And you
anyways,
go through all of them. And
you could have an Islamic float with a building where you're pushing people off the top.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
we don't need to go
Islamic
through all
float,
of them, please.
We have 2 towers behind them, and they kick them.
No.
Pushing gay people off
Well-
of skyscrapers. Just-
No, don't. No.
No,
Oh, on
You
the
don't
Islamic
have to
faith,
That's-
revert to violence.
we don't revert to violence. We just revert to
Weaponized insanity.
there you go. Weaponized sanity.
Insanity.
No, sanity. Weaponized sanity. Because
It's all insane.
if they're insane, you use sanity to fight the insane. So it's weaponized sanity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm,
All right.
yeah.
So closing thoughts. Let's start with you, Teriak.
He left.
He left. He's not even here
He went to
anymore.
go cook a
He's
steak.
done. He's done. He's eating his peanuts.
No, I'm back.
and
I'm back. I'm
steak.
back.
knowing Terek, he was having a piss.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
he knows me too well. He knows me too well, folks. But yeah, like I said, kind of closing thoughts. We went through a lot today. Obviously, like this whole kind of like queer culture is gone too far. I think many aspects of the reason why it's being pushed like to go so well is that they want that kind of extreme backlash. They can kind of enact some like sort of like feudal system essentially. But
Wait,
'cause
what? Wait, you think they're gonna make feudalism come back?
Yeah, because there's an NGO called Love Not Hate, or Hope Not Hate in Britain, and like that's been exposed as like basically an MI5 organization, and they push a lot of this like queer LGBTQ community, all the shit. And there's a guy called Jason Giorgiani, and he was basically kind of like being pushed towards like, and like that's like he was involved in like the alt-right before the alt-right started getting called far right and all this kind of stuff. So a lot of this like terminology and all this kind of shit is actually getting pushed by like the secret organizations. Not secret, the like MI5 and CIA. That's what I mean by secret organization. I'm talking about Illuminati and all that kind of shit. But it's basically like they're trying to push society down to a degeneracy thing. So then you get this backlash of like the like religious kind of like backlash, and just kind of like the kind of extreme right, basically. So then they can kind of install basically kind of like a feudal system where like everything's like fucking like turned up to the max. They just basically want an authoritarian. They don't care if it's left wing or right wing. They just want authoritarian, and then it's like basically this whole structure where it's like you have lords and all that kind of shit. So like that's the whole thing. If like if we're kind of to break it down in terms of like the possible solutions, it's just the only thing, the main control you have is over your own life. Like we're kind of talking about this whole kind of thing. It's like you can waste your money on these OnlyFans chicks and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to like make you a better person is to understand the value and the logic in the decisions that you're making, take accountability for the mistakes that you make, and from that learn from them and grow. And like I said, like I can only really speak to the male experience, but a lot of this has got to do with like what way you spend your finances. Are you budgeting? That's the place you need to start with the shit to be able to take your expenses down.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
You said you can't speak to the male experience.
Well, I can only speak to the male experience.
Okay.
I
We missed
was
that
about
part.
to say,
Yeah.
like, is there something we missed all this time?
I knew
Are
it.
you
too.
really, Ellen?
I knew it.
No, I've gone deep on the cover. I'm basically gonna fucking bring this whole fucking like queer organizations down from the inside. You know what I'm saying? No,
That's
but like
what you've been doing.
in terms of like in terms of the male experience, like that's something that you have to be able to. Yeah. Kat, why do you have a picture of me, Kat? Why do you have a picture of me? You know what I'm saying?
That's
This
that's
is,
your
it's
modeling
kinda creepy.
profile pic.
Oh my
Exactly.
gosh.
Came out of your
Dashing.
portfolio.
But like this is the whole kind of thing. Like as a guy, it's like you have to be able to protect and provision. So it's like finances is a main thing there. So basically, like I said, like being able to budget is the number one step. And then once you're budgeting enough, you should have exposable income, or like basically finances that you're able to then invest. So then you get more money back from what you're actually pumping into it. And wasting money on OnlyFans chick is not a good fucking investment. The other thing as well is health, which a cat does a lot of as well. And being able to actually like live for more than 60 years on this planet is another thing that you need to be conscious of as well. Because there's no point of having a family and then you die the next year. It's like you have to be able to like spend time raising the kids. It's not just about getting a woman pregnant. It's about actually raising the kids and giving them the best opportunity possible as well. We talked about parenting in this as well. And then, like I said, kind of like being able to pick a good woman, what like be able to identify what a good woman is. Like this whole thing of like putting every single bitch in a burqa it's not a solution, because like the promiscuous women are still going to be promiscuous. They're just going to be able to act like they're not. So the fact that we have this kind of like environment that we see ourselves in with, like, women having their tits and ass out, at least you then know, okay, that's not a good woman to be my wife or to be the mother of my children. And that's the way you got to be able to think about it. Don't get angry and mad at the world like Imperious and all that kind of shit. Think about it. Okay,
Just throw them under the bus in the middle of your dialogue.
Exactly. What can I say? But like use that as the thing of like, okay, the market's telling me that this is a promiscuous woman. I don't want that to be the mother of my children. Here's a modest woman, a woman that I get along with, a best friend per se. Like,
maybe
that's
she's
a much better choice for my wife. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe
Well,
she's a little boring.
Yeah, but what's wrong with boring? Boring's normal.
Boring's okay. I love boring.
All right, Damon, your final thoughts.
Boring your asshole.
Hey.
Yeah, like Teriak said, we need to be able to spot agendas when we see them. This obviously is like, I mean, governments more and more over the past at least 30 years have been doing this thing of like manufacturing a problem just so that they can kind of give themselves the power to correct it. And it's a power grab. Like, the more disgusting the state of society becomes, the more they need to say they need to give themselves more authoritarian powers so that they can kind of protect you and fix the problem for you. Don't let your kids watch this shit. It's indoctrination. It's not education. Homeschool if you can. If you can't homeschool, make sure that you're aware of what's going on in your kids' schools. Make sure that you're looking at what they're being given to read. I know a lot of people who unfortunately don't pay attention to the shit that their kids are studying at school. And when they find out way too late. It's crazy what's going on in schools today. I found out only recently, and it's absolutely fucking shocking. Especially in the schools that you think kids would be safe from this kind of shit in. It's really, really terrible. It's like a lot of us have been saying, like, when you look at these people who can't procreate, they have to recruit. Okay, you can't reproduce, so you recruit. There's no damn way that the stats for the LGBTQ identifying kids nowadays would be this high if there wasn't an agenda to push it. So yeah, vote with your pockets. Don't contribute. Don't sign up to, like, I mean, if your kid has got Disney Plus, get the fuck rid of it right now. Get rid of all of this kind of shit that's promoting this nonsense. And yeah, don't support OnlyFans girls. Obviously, like, we're talking like standard shit right now. Yeah, kids are going to look at porn. Unfortunately, they are. It's a part of growing up. Kids are going to look at porn. I don't want to say there's a healthy amount, but at the same time, I don't think you can kind of stigmatize it and say that this is unhealthy. It's a part of growing up. Like, kids are going to be interested. They're going to be curious. They're going to look at it. You need to have boundaries. I think that you're going to do just as much harm making your kids terrified of looking at it and saying, look, you can't do this, you're going to burn in hell or whatever. You're going to do just as much harm as if you let them look at too much of it. There needs to be some kind of healthy middle ground. I think the parents need to sit down with their kids and have like a talk about like what sex is in a healthy way. Understand that they are going to look at it. Just make sure that if they're going to look at porn, it's straight porn.
Oh my god, ankle porn. You have to start off with that. Anyway,
No, toes. Start with toes.
Oh
work your way up.
The feet people.
Yeah,
Yes.
the feet people.
Okay, Sarah, do you have any final words?
I'll keep it short and sweet since the other two took like 20 minutes.
I
Just
know.
out of respect
Yeah.
for poor Kat. She said, I want to go in 5 minutes, and you each took 20. No, I just think
That's what she said.
Right.
Wow.
At least we lasted more than 10 seconds.
Oh my God, that's
Imperious.
No, I think that parents just need to take back their ownership of their principles, values, moral systems that they instill in their children, and not let the rest of the world and society of stupidity interfere with that. Correct your agenda, correct the narrative with your children, and tell them, no, we don't think this is okay, or this is wrong, and this is what we believe in, and get your butts back to church, because that's where your children will build their foundation. And when they start straying away as they get older, they'll inevitably make their way back.
We're still waiting for this one. But anyways, thank you all for coming and hanging
Kat,
out.
before you leave, I just have a question.
Go to bed.
Oh, we know
I have
what
a
the
question.
is, Teriak. We know what the question is.
Yeah, you think it's going to be the Irish goodbye, but it's not. What it actually is
click.
He's so annoying. I can't.
He can't help it.
He just can't
Can't
help
help
himself.
In his
Anyways.
polyamorous relationship with himself.
Oh
and
yeah,
his
and
man.
his sim, because remember I was mad at him, so I made him a sim with 2 liberal girlfriends. And yeah, they're in a poly situationship.
Oh God.
Jake is, of course, dating Kamala Harris, Well, and as soon as I figure out what you look like, Damon, it's over. So, anyways, y'all have a great night.
I did send you a picture.
That was a picture of you dressed as the Crow in full makeup. I cannot use that.
With I don't know what you were wearing.
Yeah, like you were wearing like 5 layers of like sweaters and jackets and coats and French coats.
Damon, let the girl go to bed.
Seriously.
She's the one talking.
You will, if you stop responding, she'll stop.
That's how it works.
That's what she said.
Okay. So we'll think about what we're going to talk about next week, and we'll see you probably on Saturday again. I'm going to the comic club tomorrow. So good night, everyone. Bye.